Exclusively on your new home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Sorry to interrupt your jams, murder mystery podcasts, or motivational beach noises, but we got something else you might like to hear. It's called cash. That's the sound of an extra $250 after your first 10 deliveries with Uber Eats. That's right, an extra $250 on top of all the other cash you'll make during those first 10 deliveries. If that sounds good, visit t.uber.com/extra 250. Uber Eats, deliver with us. Limited time offer, terms apply. See t.uber.com/extra 250 for more details.
Everybody, Mark Asher, back to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Listen, when we're all working on our shows here at The Fanatic, we're totally focused and we don't want to worry about the other things. You know, like the technology that runs our station. That's where Affinity Technology comes in. They run all our IT so we can focus on what really matters, our business and our listeners. These guys handle literally everything. If it plugs in, they work with it. They've saved us tons of money and they've kept us focused on what really matters. Affinity Technology, they can do the same for you. Go to atechaz.com. Be sure and tell them I sent you.
Shane O'Grady here with Life Changer Loan, and you've probably just refinanced into that new low rate. But have you really done the math? Have you really multiplied your monthly mortgage payment times the amount of payments you have left? Ugh. Let that number sink in for a minute. Luckily, there is a better way. Our clients pay off their mortgages in well under 10 years without changing a dime of their spending habit. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive Friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender, coming to you live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Filthy Phil in there, happy as can be. And you guys, various degrees of happiness on the Summit Mail Medical Text line, 888-368-1580. So I guess fair is fair, Randy. I guess, should we go ahead? We'll give Phil a few seconds. Should we give Phil a few seconds to say what he needs to say?
All right, maybe 30 seconds. He could go on about his thing.
Do you have the beat the buzzer music on the clock?
I do. It's right here.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that the right one that gives him 30 seconds? All right. Let's put
30 on the clock.
30 seconds on the clock. Here's Phil talking about last night's defeat of the Suns by his Los Angeles Lakers.
All right. First of all, look at the deflowering that we got going. Last night was hot and sensual, and I'm not just talking about the wing sauce. We put a little wing sauce from Anthony Davis onto the floor. He and LeBron helped to close out that game. I don't know why the refs were giving Devin Booker each and every single call within the game, but hey, if it's impressive, I guess we can make a little hug to Bunny. Chris Paul getting injured, I'm not going to lie, it helped a lot, but I predicted that, and I thought that, hey, look, Chris Paul, he's going to be a really big.
All right,
I'm sorry, you're out of time. I'm so sorry about that.
That was a mistake, as it was, to give him that much time. That felt like more than 30 seconds, but I know that's because I made that thing. I actually produced that piece, so I know for sure it's 30. But that was a long ass 30. It
seemed like eternity.
garbage. A lot of garbage came out of Phil's mouth during that. And speaking of getting every call, evidently, if you're on the Lakers, you can kick a guy in the nuts, and it's no worse than a flagrant one. Are you kidding me? He kicked that guy in the Ginobili's, and got anybody else would have been ejected because that was so obviously on purpose. That was Draymond Green. It wasn't even Draymond Green worthy. It was absolutely intentional. You know it. Phil knows it. Everybody knows it. And the garbage of the call was that he didn't get ejected.
Look, I think he was just flailing as he was going down. And
that is such an unnatural move, and you know it. Look at that smirk on his face. Phil doesn't even believe his own
just
garbage
because he's
right
uncoordinated, you can't blame the man.
That was extremely coordinated. His foot went exactly where he intended it to go.
Yeah.
Hey, just playing a little extra D on defense. Look at that.
He put some D on his D, and that was no bueno, man.
Gave him the hardwood between the posters.
So let me see if I have this right. He took down Jay Crowder, who then later couldn't shoot a three to save his life. Coincidence?
No, look.
I don't think so.
Look, being a LeBron fan in Cleveland, Jay Crowder couldn't hit the barn side of a.
Lately, he's been hitting them left and right. Yeah. He's been doing great with the threes, just not during the playoffs.
I would attribute that to some defense, but also Jay Crowder, trust me.
The defense, meaning the kick him in the defense. That's it.
There's a reason why you're able to get Jay Crowder off of the trash heap over there, because yes, he has hot streaks. Unfortunately, you used it during the regular season. Now come postseason, he's turning back into the other side of the coin, Jay Crowder.
Can I just send a special message out to the Suns as they're getting ready to hop a plane and head for LA? If the threes aren't working, stop it. Stop shooting threes. If they're not working, stop shooting threes. And everybody acted like Crowder was a hero when that one finally went down. It's like, hey, man, if it ain't working, you just go get two. Because if you'd have just gone and got two, you'd have been fine. You know what I'm saying? You would have had points where otherwise you didn't. And the whole game was lost in the first quarter anyway. Every other quarter, they tied them, or at least damn near did. And if they hadn't failed so badly in that first quarter, you probably would have either gone to overtime or had a nail biter, last second bucket to win it.
Well, even looking at towards the end of the game, Cameron Payne was the duo that Devin Booker needed, because I by the end of the game, nobody else was making a three, but Cameron Payne was coming on strong. And I was like, okay, all right. I stopped celebrating and salsaing in my living room. And I said, all right, stop giving the ball to Cameron Payne. I want Chris Paul back in there.
Yeah, I got to say, Chris Paul not being in the lineup, this is the opposite of what you thought it would be. You thought the Lakers would have one of their stars injured and have that be the difference maker. But let's be honest, the huge difference maker is Chris Paul tried to play and he just couldn't keep it up. And Monty Williams says, nah, I don't want him to hurt himself out there. I don't want him to go through this. I don't want to see this. So let's get him off the floor. So I was wrong. I thought, and some other people thought so too. It was just like a neck stinger, and it really wasn't a shoulder issue because we didn't hear anything about it. The minute you saw him come out and he had all that weird tape on his arm, you're like, oh, damn, it really is a shoulder problem. It really is a shoulder issue. So I don't know if you'll see him in the next game.
Look, we're going to have a full offseason to have this discussion about whether or not it was a good move now to bring in Chris Paul, because yes, you got a lot of tremendous MVP caliber level play out of Chris Paul during the regular season.
Why would it be a bad move?
Because if he's injured for you and he doesn't come through in the postseason, this is exactly what we saw of him in the Houston Rockets.
Right. Listen. If Chris Paul is here, we go where we're at right now. If Chris Paul is not here, we're not here. That's you mean to tell me that Ricky Rubio is going to take this team to where it is right now and be second place in the Western Conference? I doubt it severely.
Maybe not second place, Randy, but I think that they would have definitely at least made the playoffs. And if we look at Chris Paul, is it better to have a second round exit, a second seeded exit, really? But does that matter if it doesn't result in anything? Even a first round exit, is that worth the price of admission for Chris Paul?
I just have one sentence. The series is not over.
It's not over. It's not over at all.
So let's not talk like the series is over.
Phil's talking like it's over.
Let's not talk like Chris Paul's not going to show up again and be a factor in this series. I almost guarantee that he will be a factor at some point in this series. The series is not over. It's tied the Lakers did what they had to do out of desperation here in Phoenix. Take one, because when I was watching the game last night, especially towards the end, well, especially when the Suns came back from 11 down and came back and tied the game up, you saw this look that overcame the Laker bench. And they were all like, wait a minute. Don't the Suns know we're the Lakers? They're not supposed to win this game. Hey, wait. And then when there were a couple of clutch shots by AD, all of a sudden you didn't see these guys doing all their celebratory stuff. They were like, oh, dear God, thank you. I thought we were going to go down two games to these Phoenix Suns. This series is not over.
Yeah, and listen, the thing that the Lakers all said after game one is we can't go home without winning one here. And that's the same thing when the Suns go to LA. We can't leave LA without having won one, which is why you probably would be doing yourself a great service to sit Chris Paul until Sunday. If he's not ready, don't force it. And if he is ready, maybe don't even put him in that much unless you have to. I mean, you really got to be ready to win one of these games. And if that means, all right, do the best you guys can, but CP3's on the bench cheering you guys on, then by God, that's the way it should be.
Look, however they get a game, just as how when we went into the Lakers series, and now they're going to the office space of Staples Center. As long as you get one, that's all you need to do to retake and reclaim home field advantage. That now lies with the Lakers. But if the Phoenix Suns win game 3, win game 4, it doesn't matter. As long as you got one of them, that's all you need.
Let's go to the Summit Mail Medical Text line, 888-368-1580. Screaming Eagle says, I'm sad the Suns lost, but even with Chris Paul suboptimal, they nearly pulled this off. I got high hopes really for the next couple of games in LA.
Yeah.
At least one of them.
They really did. And here was the tail of the tape right here. If you look at the stat line, it just jumps out and bites you right in the face. 13 turnovers for the Phoenix Suns versus 7 for the Lakers. 9 steals for the Lakers versus only 4 for the Phoenix Suns. There you go. That's the tail right there. Everything else is right down Broadway. They matched up very well against the Los Angeles Lakers. And if Chris Paul plays this game and eliminates some of those turnovers for the Phoenix Suns, it's 2-0 Phoenix. That's not the way it played out.
Yeah, listen, here's the way each quarter went. The first quarter, 30-24 Lakers. The next quarter, 23-23. The next quarter, 26-25. The next quarter, 30-30. So it was completely evenly matched. It's just the Suns, I guess. You'd hope they'd be ready, but I guess they weren't for LeBron and AD to go off. And AD got aggressive. He came out aggressive and ready to go. The fact that he shot 21 free throws, he was getting fouled, means he was really going at it, unlike he did in game 1. And okay, that's fine. He made 18 of 21 free throws, so that didn't help the Suns. But listen, we know what went wrong, and we know what went right. And one of those things where you can do almost everything right and still lose, because right there towards the end, and it just all of a sudden it's like, there's no way LeBron's going to make the, holy God, he made that shot. Oh, there's no way he's going to, oh, Jimmy God, how did he do that? There were at least 3 or 4 shots in the fourth quarter. I was just laughing.
Nothing
I'm just like,
can do.
That's LeBron. There's no way he should have made that shot. There's no way that should have gone in. And all you can do is just laugh and be like, well, this is what you get.
Well, and not only that, why aren't we putting some pressure on him, especially late in the game, to leave him wide open for a 3-pointer that was like a dagger 3? How are we doing this?
Yeah,
how does this defense fall apart on that?
That is the negative. The Suns, while they were able to go toe-to-toe with them most of the time offensively, it was in the defense where they got scattered. You could see their inexperience because all these young guys were getting just scattered and basically owned by the veterans of the Lakers because they could split them up and all of a sudden, boom, there's a guy open. Boom, there's a guy open, no matter what you did. And it's like, I know they wanted to double LeBron. They wanted to double AD, and they were kind of half doing that, and they got burned every time they half did that. So, they've got to come up with a better defensive plan than what they had last night.
Yeah, I think Coach Monty's going to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I listen. And again, this is only 7 points. Okay. It's a 7-point differential. And if you play consistently through an entire game, you might have a completely different outcome from last night. So no, nobody needs to be all sad. Nobody needs to be all panicked. Nobody needs to be, worried. It's just, it's not going to be easy. It won't be easy, but it's not impossible. So like Randy says, we got to play the games. SOL says, oh my God, the Suns lost. We're all going to die. Well, that's the opposite of the direction we were hoping to go, SOL. Jagdog says, we weren't going to sweep you. Okay, so shut the hell up, Phil. Boomer Sooner says, I need a weather report from Randy. It's cloudy. Is it going to rain? Is it going to storm up here in Anthem? Shut the hell up, Phil.
From the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White. No rain in the forecast, just some clouds moving in, out, and through. There's no precipitation called for presently as I sit here in the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center. Not looking like any chance of rain throughout the rest of the week either. Just, these clouds are just kind of roaming through the desert, finding other clouds and other systems where they can gather and have a cloud party, which would be raining, on the plains of Nebraska or Iowa or something. They're not going to stay here and rain. That's what I'm trying to tell you. 97 degrees currently downtown. From the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White. Back to you, Jeff Cohen. Shut up, Phil.
Yeah, ain't no party like a cloud party. What? Okay, yeah. Shut up, Phil. Heavy Metal Maniac says, Phil, shut the hell up, Phil. When you start kicking a player in the Ginobili's like the Lakers do, they'll do anything they can to win. The fakers are so damn fake. Mr. Wilbur says, had Crowder been the one doing the kicking the Davis, Crowder would have been thrown out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Suspended, fined. They would have come down to his house and they would have punched his mother in the stomach hard as they can.
God.
That's what the NBA would have done if it'd been the other way around, and
Probably giving his grandma a violent shake. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all that would have happened. Yeah.
I love your cobbler. That's because you still have to love her. But
you think
still.
he has that much coordination to shoot the ball? That's a normal kick out.
Oh, my God. It's not a normal kick out. Are you kidding me? Are you really going to try? Seriously, think about this. Your credibility is on the line.
Oh, my God.
Are you
You're
really?
saying any one of us has credibility?
You are the one that's supposed to have some. You'll have zero if you really try to push a narrative that was that was a natural movement for him shooting the ball.
If you look at it, it's almost like a whiplash. It barely even hits him in the ding dong single.
Well,
listen, let me come in there
of the male persuasion. It takes a very slight, just a little grazing to take a guy down.
What is he, a deer? He's grazing him. Like, look.
Oh boy.
Look, that's a natural kick out. If you look at Anthony Davis's hook shot,
you are so full of crap.
That is a normal kick out.
Here, come in here. Let me do a natural kick out on you.
Well, I'm not defending you, am I?
Yeah, because you know better than that. Heel Ben Mike says, good afternoon, gentlemen. I, for one, am hopeful, but also apprehensive. Chris Paul's condition concerns me, but Booker and Ayton are playing really well. Randy, I think we need a good rant on what the Suns will do in the virtually empty Scabies Center tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll have to work on something. Perhaps tomorrow afternoon before the big matchup, I can give you something very epic. Let me think about that. I can't just ponder one up right now and just release it on the community. It might be venom filled and full of.
He needs a moment with this.
Yes.
Yeah, he needs a moment to make sure what he says is measured and thoughtful and inspiring. That's what he needs.
Jeffco.
He needs a moment.
That's exactly right.
Educated Sports Dude says deflowering as well as hot and sensual. Jeffrey, you're right. The only hot thing that came out of Phil's mouth was hot garbage. Shut your trap, Phil. Suns are going to win game 3.
Game 3? Ooh, I heard a lot of Suns take game 2 talk. I'm glad that we're now predicting game 3. Let's keep it up.
Hey, listen, there's a difference between being needlessly cocky and being hopeful and supportive of a team. And I don't think anybody is going to be needlessly cocky. Nobody was yesterday.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
I heard at least 2.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dimension fans saying
I don't know what you're talking about.
Blow out the Lakers.
No, it was measured and thoughtful.
No,
these Suns fans. How dare you? How dare you, sir?
Yes.
Good Cat says, shut the hell up, Phil. Nobody wants to hear your boasting. This is a Suns town. Shut the hell up, Phil.
Boasting. Are you kidding me? What I had to endure after game 1, nobody wants to hear your boasting.
Napa Bob says, savor the win, Phil. Suns choked in the last couple of minutes. They didn't choke.
They didn't choke.
They didn't choke. They choked in the first quarter.
Yeah,
A little bit. They had some missteps and miscues, but they were actually on a tear. And like Randy said, making them Lakers very nervous down the stretch. And
fourth quarter was probably their most impressive quarter.
Yeah.
They didn't choke.
Yeah. If only they could have hung in there, man.
I mean, you could almost see Frank Vogel wording mouthing the words, "Hey, wait a minute. These are the Lakers. You're not supposed to come back and win again."
And I can't believe you were actually going on, Chris, Devin Booker getting all the calls from the refs. Are you mental? Are you mental?
Did you see it? They barely put a pinky
Oh my God.
on him.
By the way, the flop count on LeBron was 2 yesterday. I don't know if you saw both of them.
Yeah, and he
but
only
they-
got two free throws.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was so
that's
happy.
the way it should be.
I was so
That's
happy.
the
I
way
just
it should
they
be.
would have given him the foul, but you know what happened? They just didn't see it. He went, and he goes, "Okay, so nobody saw me." It's like a little kid. Here's what happens: if you're a new parent, here's a lesson for you. Okay, if you're a toddler, it's like, and they're running along, and they go, and they face plant, do nothing, because most of the time they'll jump up and go, "Wow, that was," and they'll be fine. But if a kid face plants, you go, "Oh," he's like, "I know." So toddler, the baby, face planted. Nobody saw, so he got up and everything was fine.
Yeah.
Because he's a big faker. Because listen, he's talented, and it was just completely insane how he shot that ball in the fourth quarter. You got to give him all the props in the world for the talent, him and AD, but he's a big ass faker.
Not only that, you got to put somebody on the guy, especially late in the game. You got to have somebody on LeBron James.
That's the problem.
I don't care who it is.
Randy.
Rotate, do something, but have somebody out there. You can't just leave the guy open. It took me back to when the Bulls rotated the ball around, and there was nobody there for that game-winning three, and it just took me back to that.
Oh, there was.
Somebody
Danny
get
Ainge.
on LeBron James.
Danny Ainge could have been there had he made the damn effort. I'll never forgive Danny Ainge. I'll never forgive him. All right, so listen, we got a lot of texts on the text line. I got to get caught up, so we'll do that when we come back. And we're not going to boo-hoo the entire 3 hours of this show, okay? We're going to take our lumps. We're going to look forward. We're going to have confidence. We're going to have hope, because it's a tied series. That's all it is now. It's a tied series. Ain't the end of the world. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Sorry to interrupt your jams, murder mystery podcasts, or motivational beach noises, but we got something else you might like to hear. It's called cash. That's the sound of an extra $250 after your first 10 deliveries with Uber Eats. That's right, an extra $250 on top of all the other cash you'll make during those first 10 deliveries. If that sounds good, visit t.uber.com/extra 250. Uber Eats, deliver with us. Limited time offer, terms apply. See t.uber.com/extra 250 for more details.
I'm Cisco Miranda, owner of Miranda Delivery Service. As a business owner, my job is to provide the best quality service for our customers. Affinity Technology helped us reinvent our business processes, using technology to make us more efficient. I didn't know I needed technology consulting, but my ROI has been off the charts. Affinity Technology has saved us more than 80 man-hours a week and has helped me get back to what I do best, focus on my customers. Visit atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com and see how better technology processes can help your small business.
Thank goodness it seems like the worst is over, but is your business back to pre-COVID numbers? Hi, Bruce Jacobs here to invite you to take advantage of a great opportunity to promote that you are open and ready to serve. With our affordable Open for Business advertising package, you'll only spend hundreds but reach thousands of potential new customers. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com and click on the link for Open for Business package. This offer will not last long. The Open for Business package on 1580 The Fanatic. Now let's all get back to business.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
AZ Preps is a 2-hour in-depth look at the Arizona Prep sports scene. Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Covering all aspects of the Arizona Interscholastic Association. AZ Preps 365 focuses on all Arizona high school sports, student athletes, news, and notes from around Arizona. Join your host, Jose Garcia, Brett Quintine, and James Mello as they cover the prep sports scene from A to Z. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings from 8 to 10 on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Summertime. And your summer home for sports in the Valley has what you need to cool you off. The NBA is looking to crown a new champion. The NHL gives another team the right to spend a year with Lord Stanley's Cup. Baseball is gaining momentum towards the playoffs. The NFL opens training camp to get ready for a new season. Yes, summertime is the best time of the year. Stay up to date with everything summertime has to offer on your summer home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. On Sunday, we got the Indy 500 at 8 a.m. That'll go on for most of the day. Then in the afternoon at 2 p.m., it's the Coca-Cola 600 right there. You already got your favorite driver for the 600? Who's going to win that thing, Randy?
Boy, I don't know. I mean, Hendrick Motorsports has been on a roll lately, so I can't tell you. It's in Charlotte. I know that, and they're expecting a huge crowd on hand. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to do some figuring and thinking on this.
All right. We will probably talk about that Friday then. Randy, see how it works,
Absolutely.
Phil? Randy does not come with all of his thoughts pre-programmed on 3x5 cards and just spouts them out all in a row. And
now
what?
I don't think Phil does that either.
No,
and
I mean, just because I think Scott Dixon's going to win the Indy 500 doesn't mean that I come fully prepared.
he
Well,
doesn't.
he is starting on the pole.
That's just the first Indy car driver's name he could see. Because it's right there in the poll. And he goes, "Oh yeah, Scott Dixon. He's got this."
Oh, Scotty Dixon and me, we go way back.
That is cheating. And listen, it's been a while, but I already have my prediction on the Coca-Cola 600. It'll be
right.
Jimmy John in the Jimmy John's car. You can
No.
book it.
Jimmy John is not a racer.
Agree to disagree. Let's see. Ukul the Mock says maybe CP3 needs a visit Summit Mail Medical. It's his shoulder, not his dangler.
But he might be able to get his shoulder up for those easy layups and get some mobility in there. Yeah.
See?
It's not a
There
bad
you go.
idea. Kyle
Good
G
point.
says, I actually think the Suns did a great job of staying in the game. Turnovers are
Yeah.
what lost it for him. Yeah, in the first quarter, like I said. Payne needs to be more assertive because he has a lot of open plays that he can make. Well, listen, he was plenty assertive. There were times later in the fourth quarter where you're like, why isn't he being that now? Why isn't he still doing that? I really honestly don't know. Mr. Pringle says, Chris Paul hurt in the playoffs. Yep. Everything's back to normal in the world. COVID's over. Chris Paul is hurt in the playoffs.
Kind of my point that we'll have a full offseason to talk about depending on how this series goes.
I almost I don't know if I should say this out loud. I wonder if he's going to retire.
No, he won't.
Is he? You think he's close to that? You saw the look on his face last night, heartbroken, sitting on the sidelines, and I thought he was going to start crying.
Jeffrey, based off of what he produced this past year, at minimum, and I'm talking bare minimum, he's looking at a 2-year, $10 million contract per year. So he's looking at $20 million. Could you turn down $20 million even if you are disappointed?
I'm here, aren't I, Phil?
Yeah. See, there you go.
The Berg says, go Suns. Large Marge says, howdy, Blender. Just want to let Chicken Little know the sky is not falling. Suns fans are like Lloyd Christmas. So you're telling me we got a chance. Listen, this goes suddenly to Lakers 3 games, Suns 1. There's still a chance. You know who wrote that script? LeBron James. Chief Skulls Burner says, when it comes to basketball, Phil is showing how much of a buffoon he is.
Oh, am I?
Floppy Phil will rue the day when the Suns beat the Lakers.
I thought that day was going to be last night. I'm just so confused. Which day? Could you point it out to me? Which
we'll
day?
let you know, Phil. We'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll update the memoir.
Fish Tank says, Phil, you're going to say CP3 getting hurt in a freak accident could possibly make it not worth it? Chris Paul is the reason they're in this game, and the city of Phoenix is excited as it's been in about 10 years about basketball. At a time when the Diamondbacks and the Coyotes are terrible and the Cards, well, they can't seem to quite get in the playoffs. Listen, it's worth it. Having CP3 come in now was worth it. LeBron got those wide open threes because AD's bogus moving screen, per usual. When LeBron has the ball, all the refs are checking their phone and, they missed all the other calls. Yes, there was a lot of offensive fouls from the Lakers, and you got to admit that's a true statement that they looked the other way.
Look, I'm not taking anything away from Chris Paul. I've been one of
See
the
how
few...
he just did that? He just sidestepped that. He admits it. He admits it that the Lakers got a pass on a lot of offensive fouls.
I don't think so, but I don't feel like that's the bigger point. Look at Chris Paul. I've taken nothing away. If anything, I've been somewhat of a pole bearer here, saying that Chris Paul should be at the head of the MVP race. I'm the one who's
a pole bearer. I've never heard of a pole bearer. Do not bear your pole in these offices.
I'd like to bear Chris Paul's pole because I think that he's an MVP caliber level player during the regular season. But when you're saying it's a freak accident, this freak accident keeps happening in the playoffs where he gets injured.
That's true.
And he's playing through it. I can't take anything away from it, but that still doesn't mean that you have not seen this in the past.
Yeah, that is actually true. From the years I spent in Southern California with the Clippers and Chris Paul's past. Yeah,
the most embarrassing loss over there. Thank God that the Phoenix Suns had a respectable loss last night.
How did Doc Rivers keep a straight face during all that? He's like, good job, Ty. Good job. We'll get to that here in a little bit. Licky Licks Johnson says, awfully quiet today about your sons, Jeffy.
No, I don't think we are. I think we are giving respect to the Lakers. Yeah, giving respect to the Lakers for coming out and playing a desperate basketball in game 2. It had to be desperate basketball. They knew they were in trouble. Why do you think AD kicked Crowder right in the Ginobili's? Why do you think that happened? That's called desperation. Bam! That's what it is. Desperation.
Yep.
And we'll have to see what happens tomorrow night at the Stinky Center in Los Angeles.
It's the workspace. Thank you very much.
The Stinky Center.
I wish Crowder could get his 3-point shot figured out. He's probably not going to do it, but I wish he had it figured out, because if he had made, I don't know, half of his attempts. How many attempts did he have? Can you check the stat line for me? I'm going to guess he made about 6 attempts and made 1. If he made half of the shots that he took for a 3, we would have won that game.
He shot 6, made only 1.
Ooh, I was right. I just guessed that. I don't even have it in front of me. So like that'd be 9 more points. And guess what that means? The Suns would have won 111 to 109. I mean, I know it doesn't work that way in reality, but I'm just saying. Let's see. Rusty Nuts says, shut the hell up, you faker, Phil. Chamoy says Phil should take the angle of his belief that basketball players should be wearing personal protective equipment on the nut tap topic.
There we go. See, thank you, Chamoy. I brought you out here, and that's a very valued point. We should be wearing cups everywhere. There we go.
Yeah, and then he says, "Don't ever have that segment again with Phil having free speech, please. Can't ever do that again."
Thank you, free speech, guys.
Phil talking about injuries in CP3. LeBron is a bottom 3 team without AD. Okay, that's an odd statement.
That is an odd statement.
Mile High Guy says, hello tonight from Nashville, Tennessee. That's right.
All right.
Get yourself some barbecue for us.
Yeah, you mind your own business. Mile High Guy is going to have some Knob Creek instead. Yeah, first business trip in 18 months. And he says, guess what? It's 5 o'clock here. Hey, buddy, it's 5 o'clock everywhere and somewhere all at the same time. Drink up.
There we go.
Drink up. And have some barbecue for us.
It's 5 o'clock for Jeffrey all the time here. Let me tell
you. Just go to my office, have a drink. Good Cat says the Suns didn't choke, but Phil does nightly on it. Oh, I can't read the rest of that.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Mr. Liber says this calls at the end of the game when Booker was shooting 3-pointers were simply makeup calls to try to even up the score as far as fouls went. Charlie Boy says, Phil, the Suns aren't done yet. So settle down, Lakers fan.
I have not been as rambunctious as I have been in the past. If you think this is me out of control, just wait till after the series. Just wait.
Wow.
No, I mean, we have your replacement ready. Baker's Cocky Hen says, anytime my kids ever fell, I always cheered and yelled, touchdown, and they'd get up all happy and strong, and they were fine.
Oh, yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hens says, that was him saying that. Yeah. Napa Bob says, I guess I fibbed about laying low on the text line. I can't stand everybody jumping on Phil, even though I can't stand California anymore. You go, Phil.
Thank you, Napa Bob. We appreciate the reinforcements.
Wow.
What was that?
That's what he's got for you.
No, stop it.
Yeah. It's true
Don't
story.
you disrespect Napa Bob like that.
And
Stop
what you
it.
have for
That's-
him.
That's,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
SOL is LOLing. So he's saying, toddler the baby, stop it. I can't breathe. Boomer Sooner says, lost the 1580 signal for 30 seconds. Oh,
Wow.
well, we can't rewind the show for you. So again,
No, we can go back to the first 30 seconds. of this.
understand
Probably.
those things are being worked on as we speak.
Yeah. Probably the darkest and worst 30 minutes of your entire life.
Minutes or seconds. Yeah.
Seconds or minutes?
I don't know anymore. Booger Wolf says,
Either way.
shut up, Phil, the fool. Broncos cheerleaders are so ugly they can scare away a rabid pack of wolves. Sun's going to win
and
tomorrow.
here we go.
Why does he attack
Here
me
we go
through the
again.
cheerleaders?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And that just feels so wrong. Like
This-
I'm hurt more than I'm like, offensive.
You leave those girls
Yeah.
alone. You leave Brittany alone.
Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Heelovin Mike says a lot. Hold on.
You're
Gotta
not helping,
scroll up.
Randy.
Multi text monologues are kind of hard to work with here. Let's see. He said Booker became one of 4 players in history to score 30 plus points in his first 2 playoff games. The last guy to do that was anybody? Without
Smith
Googling?
Smitherson.
Chris Paul. The other 2 were Michael Jordan and Dr. J. And maybe I don't know. Maybe he smells really bad at the end, and nobody wanted to get close. Big balding people
Could be.
do tend to sweat profusely, leading to overwhelming stench.
Well, it doesn't hurt that Devin Booker's already 6 years into the league,
Hmm?
and it's taken this long for him to get into the playoffs. So he's a
6?
seasoned vet. Yeah,
Booker's been around 6.
yeah. He's
yeah.
remember he's
Yeah.
past his first contract. He was drafted in 2015.
Wow, it just feels like he just got here. Hefty Lefty says the Suns wrote the script on overcoming a 3-1 deficit actually 10 years ago before LeBron did it. And guess what? It was against the Lakers at the time.
Was it in the finals?
Baker's Cocky Hen says, wait, the Lakers and the baby get special treatment? What? NBA bows down to the baby like John Cena does to China. CN, whatever that is.
Whoa.
Oh, China. I thought it was China the wrestler. No, he's talking about actually. John Cena is having to apologize because he, I guess, apologized to China. I don't know what that's all about. I don't care because it's fake wrestling and it's not sports. Senior Wake and Bake says, "Sup, Jeffrey. Sup, Randy. Sup, Camel Toe. Go Suns."
Sup.
I'll have you know.
He called you Camel Toe.
I'll have you know it's nearly impossible to have a camel toe with a speedo.
Oh my God. Licky Lips
I tested it
Johnson
multiple
says, "Phil is my friend." Okay.
Actually, I don't know if I want this.
Do you know Phil? Do you
Is
know
it Licky Lips Johnson?
Yeah, is that somebody you actually know?
I don't know that I know.
Here, Licky Lips, I'm going to text you back his actual phone number so you can call him
You,
anytime you,
you
want.
can't text back. We've made that legally contractually binding.
Hey, I get it. I do what I want. Large Marge says, "Can we start a charity for babies with receding hairlines?" It's a very serious cause.
Yeah, sure is.
The NBA has already got that covered. Chief Skull's burner phone says, "Shut the hell up."
Is it like over like 3
Phil.
messages? Oh, 4 messages.
That would be 5, but hey,
Yeah.
good on the math. Mr. Pringle says, "When is Jerry Jones going to weigh in on the Cowboys draft?" What?
I think he did draft night.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think he wants the Jerry Jones to come into studio and weigh
Settle
in
down
on
just a little bit.
the draft.
We're talking basketball right now, but maybe he'll have something to say about it later. Ukle the Mock says, "Worst 30 seconds because Phil is talking. That's what made that bad." Good Cat says, "Phil, all this is ribbing. It is in jest."
Oh, okay. I knew that.
Just what?
I don't know. That was very serious.
Yeah, like as if I took it personally.
Phil's like, "Wait, what?"
Oh, is he talking about the Broncos cheerleaders?
No, he meant that. ASO says,
Randy, stop.
Chris Paul is like a son of God to us. We're a 25-win team without him. What do you think about resting him next game and bringing him back Sunday? I said at the top of the show that that's a good possibility of what they will do. Doesn't matter what I think, but if he's not going to be in good enough shape to win that game, then yeah, there's no reason to make things worse. Start planning for Sunday, but you got to keep your players focused, and Chris Paul would be a big part of that. Chris Paul last night sat on the bench looking all like somebody just ran over his dog. Well, he needs to get up and he needs to cheer them on. That is something that he was not doing last night. He was having a little pity party over there. I ain't saying that I maybe wouldn't feel the same way, but those guys are counting on you. And if you're up there, give them business and clapping for him and tell him, all right, guys, good job. And he was at first, but I think when he realized he wasn't going back in, he got a little boo-hoo. And he stopped being that factor that they needed. So, Chris Paul, rest him in the next game, sure. But if you do, you better be like a whole other coach on that bench cheering these guys on.
Look, if Chris Paul sits out, luckily the Suns do have some bench depth at guard. They have Javon Carter, who plays well in short spurts of minutes. And then you can also rest him by playing along Etuan Moore, just if you want to go deeper into your bench.
And we don't need to forget Bill Fredrickson either. Bill Fredrickson is going to step in for Chris Paul, I think, and do an appropriate and wonderful job.
The word is as long as his wife will pick up the kids. As long as his wife picks up the kids, he will be right there, ready to go. Helabin Mike says, feels more like a moose knuckle. Chamoy says, I text Tom Brady now. Someone stole my identity, and I keep getting calls about my car's warranty. That's why I told you guys I was going to text Tom Brady so you guys wouldn't have to. You should have let me take that bullet for you, buddy. And now that explains why I'm getting so much spam. Napa Bob says the best 30 seconds because Phil is talking.
Amen.
Okay.
Oh, I see what he did there. Hefty Lefty says no camel toes with Speedos, but moose knuckles, those are plentiful. And let's see. Mr. Pringle says, throwing a big party for Memorial Day, no masks, only unvaccinated people are invited. You mean non-vaccinated people? You're an idiot. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll let you guys have your last bit of say on this, and then we got to move on to some other stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
You might not know it, but your small business IT systems can leave you and your customers vulnerable. At Affinity Technology, we provide peace of mind by ensuring your computer systems are working and are safe from hackers and outside threats. We solve technology problems for small business. No confusing tech talk or black box setups. If it plugs in, we work with it. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, we've all been hearing about Valley Medical weight loss for quite some time now. We've been hearing about how easy they make it to lose weight and keep it off. And we've been hearing about how convenient it is to visit one of their free Valley locations. And we've heard these other guys on the radio station here have success. Yeah, I've heard about it too. So I've joined in and I've already lost 6 pounds in just a couple of weeks. I am so glad I gave Valley Medical weight loss a try, and you will be too. Check them out at valleymedicalweightloss.com. And remember, mention Fanatic and you'll get your first week free.
Arizona's deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind community is disproportionately unemployed. Those of us that do have jobs are typically underemployed, and that should be, for all of us, unacceptable, especially when you consider we tend to be more productive and continually rate high for quantity and quality of work. To learn more about the Let's Get to Work initiative, visit changeyourperception.org, sponsored by the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing.
Every time the stock market dips, your 401k and life savings probably dip with it. Yet Wall Street consistently makes profits no matter how the market is doing. What do the experts know that you don't? Online Trading Academy is a leader in trading and investing education that can teach you skills designed to be mastered to generate a second income or build a brighter financial future. Using OTA's patented core strategy, you can learn how the profits are made when the market goes up and even when the market goes down. During these turbulent times, we've designed a 3-hour complimentary class that can help you navigate the markets. To reserve your seat at one of our next classes, call 844-887-2337. Experience lessons from some of our top instructors on topics like enhancing your retirement strategy, capital preservation, and income generation. Be sure to tune in to Retire Young on Money Radio 1510, Mondays at noon and Saturdays at 11 a.m. Right here on Money Radio 1510 and 105.3 FM.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
The Fanatic.
Today, the Blender here on 1580, the Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And yes, with the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 coming up on Saturday, the race setup with Randy White and that Chief guy. You are gonna talk about the Indy, right? You're not just gonna talk about the. I know it's a NASCAR show. I get that.
Yeah.
But you got to give a little love to Indy, right?
No, I think we'll talk about some of the things that happened in Monaco and give credit where credit is due. Also, we'll set you up for Indianapolis. And, of course, the Coca-Cola 600, busy show. Jeff Striegel from MRN going to join us. And should be a lot of fun. Friday night, 6 o'clock here. And then Saturday morning at 7 a.m., everybody.
So if I ask you a dumb question, you're not going to get mad, are you?
Never do.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like when I have ideas about racing, you get mad. But here's the question.
No.
Is Lewis Hamilton in the Indy 500?
No.
Why not? Because he drives pretty much the same kind of car, right?
No, the Formula One car is completely different than an Indianapolis car. They look similar because they're of similar shape, and but the Formula One car is much more powerful. It is much longer, and it is much more exacting. A Indy car is not quite up to the standard of a Formula One car.
Why are they different? Why not just everybody drive F1 or everybody drive whatever? And well, then they could race in both countries and it could be a lot of fun.
Well, I couldn't answer that, Jeffrey. I don't know why. I just know that Indianapolis sort of evolved out of open wheel racing here in the roots of America, and kind of evolved from the old sprint cars, the old racing cars back in the day, and have gone to what you see on the track now, where Formula One is a vast background, and it evolved out of the wonderful European cars that were made, and has evolved into what you see today. So it's two different paths, and although they look similar, there are vast differences between a Formula One car and Indy car.
All right. Okay. Now here's the next one. If the F1 people are all in Europe, right? That's where that all happens.
Yeah.
And then the IndyCar people are just here. Does that mean the IndyCar people only get one race a year? Because that's all I ever hear of is the Indy 500. I don't hear of any other IndyCar races.
Oh, no. The IndyCar is a series of races. So IndyCar has many more races than just the Indianapolis 500. You notice the Indy 500 much more because of its prestige and its tradition. 300,000 people are there for the Indianapolis 500, where IndyCar is a series that travels all over the United States. And I think they even have a race in Canada. I don't know that they're going to have one this year, but they have a race in Canada as well. So IndyCar is a series of races as well. Yeah, mostly street courses, sometimes more street courses than there are ovals.
So let me ask you, between F1 and IndyCar, which do you prefer? Which do you like better?
Well, because I'm American, I prefer IndyCar. Yeah,
of course.
IndyCar does have a very broad scope of attraction for drivers. There are drivers in there from all over the world, from France, from Spain, from Mexico, from the European bloc countries. There are drivers from all over the world that are attending IndyCar and becoming a part of the IndyCar series, where Formula One, these kids grew up in the European countries, and they grew up go-karting, and their dream was to drive the Ferrari or the Mercedes or the McLaren or the Williams Indy cars. Formula One cars, where IndyCar was more of an American-based series.
So the IndyCar is like the Speedo of racing.
No, shut up, Phil. We were having a perfectly fine conversation.
A hot mix of good
we didn't
equipment.
need you in this. I was like, I had one more question left, and you had to just ruin everything.
Yeah.
Jesus,
What's your one more? What's your one more?
Well, I just want to know, is there a whole lot of crossover between IndyCar and F1 and vice versa? Like racers will go back and forth, or you move up or down?
There are normally more Formula One car drivers that come to IndyCar because it's much harder to be a driver in Formula One. First of all, there's not as many teams. It's a much smaller field, and it's a very competitive sport. Where IndyCar, there's more teams, there were more multiple cars on teams, sort of like what NASCAR has, where they have the opportunity. So Juan Pablo Montoya, for example, has come over from the Formula One. I believe he's a former Formula One champion. You've had Romain Grosjean, who's a Frenchman, and he's racing in IndyCar now. He used to be a Formula One guy. There are so many. I can't think of everybody right off the top of my head, but there's so many guys that are former Formula One drivers that are in IndyCar. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you didn't get mad at me. I was thought maybe you
I don't get mad at you. I don't know why you say I get mad at you.
I know a lot of times I'll have great ideas and about how races should go, and you get aggravated.
And I'm glad neither one of you got mad at me.
You come up with extremely weird ideas for races, and I can't go along.
No,
with
yeah, you say that you're all nice about it, but you're not. Around the office, when I said, "Hey, the Indy 500," that's basically every driver looks like Indiana Jones, and they drive, and as they drive, they can use their whips at each other, and you slammed the door of your office on me.
Yeah. Well, that's because I have to close my door on lunacy. Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
Right. 888-368-1580. Booger Wolf says, "Shut up, fallopian tube. Sun's got this. Broncos cheerleaders are so ugly when a horse stands behind them, the horse gets kicked in the face."
It's just not nice.
I don't know where that's coming from.
Jeez.
Educated sports dude. I'm going to tell you again. You don't have to type your name on every text. You're in our system. I see it right there at the top. So you save yourself a few thumb strokes there. Anyways, he says Staples Center is the new office space. I almost forgot. I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in on Thursday. We lost this week, and we sort of need to play catch up. Okay, thanks. I don't know where it's coming from. Senior Wake and I know where it comes from. Senior Wake and Bake says, "Hey, Lady Lollipop Sons are going to make adjustments and dominate the Fakers."
Dominate. Ooh.
Called you Lady Lollipop.
He did. We are the band.
Honestly, who doesn't want to be a lady's lollipop? Am I right? Large Marge says, "Camel toe. That thing was flopping in the breeze like LeBum." Napa Bob says, "The case is IndyCar racing is an American event. Formula One is an international event. Drivers from all sorts of countries." Kyle,
well, you could say that before, but you can't say that now. I mean, if you go down the roster of the for the Indianapolis 500, it's not American dominated anymore. What? I mean, there are drivers from all over the world, so you can't necessarily say that anymore. But yes. Formula One is a European international racing organization, where IndyCar is an American-based racing organization.
All these damn foreigners coming down across the border, jumping the fence, swimming the river, and then taking all our jobs in IndyCar racing. I can't take it. I can't take it.
Wow. All right.
I'm sure there's some QAnon guy going, yeah. Kyle G says, "Lost in last night's loss was Ayton. It felt like for the first time I've seen him give maximum effort. It was great to see. Makes me excited for him going forward." I'll be honest, I didn't see that maximum effort all the time. There was a few times where you saw it. There's a lot of times I was like, DeAndre Ayton, you're right there, man. You're right there. Do something.
Yeah, when did you see maximum effort? Was it when Andre Drummond went for a double-double? Maybe when Anthony Davis had a career playoff night, or when Marc Gasol was owning him?
Wow. The Suns are outsized, so you got to take your lumps, I guess, and you just got to come at them with a hard core offense, and it just wasn't firing in that first quarter. That's all I can say. ASO says, "Wow, I never knew that about F1 and Indy cars. That's very interesting. Thank you, Randy."
You're welcome.
Fed Fan says, "Hey guys, just got out of the vet's office. I'm sad that the Suns lost, but it's a good day because my dog Max, the one you make fun of, Jeffrey, came out of the major dental surgery and he's doing well. But he's one doped up doggy.
Way to
I
go,
bet
Max.
he is.
Way
Yeah.
to go. Way to make
Max.
it out.
You got to record Max on video because he's going to say something crazy. I see all
Absolutely.
those dentistry videos on the social media there. Hilarious.
Absolutely.
If he starts meowing, record.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Wilbur says, are any of those Indy cars sponsored by a frozen drink?
You mean like I don't know, maybe a pina colada?
No, how about Jamba Juice or
Yeah.
Slurpee, 7-Eleven? Yeah, nobody said that. That's cheating.
Yeah,
It's what they
frozen
meant.
tropical drink is pina colada.
Skull says Michael Schumacher is a legend.
He is a legend. You are right. Unfortunately, he's no longer driving.
So are we done talking about the Suns, Randy, and the Lakers?
Boy, I hope so.
Do I get to
Wow.
say about whether or not we're done talking
You
about
get zero say, Phil. Here's the thing that was interesting. They announced a sellout crowd at the Phoenix Suns arena. They said there are 11,919 because of COVID, and they said there's only 2/3 of crowd capacity. We could have fit 18,000 in here, but we got 11,919.
Right.
Once you got 11,000 in there, how is not having the rest of the people in there really helping anybody? If you're going to have 11,000, you might as well have 18,000. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, might as well.
Well, think about it, Jeffrey. Whenever you're going to the nacho stand in the middle of the game because the Suns are down 15 points, you don't want to be neck and neck. Right?
Suns were never down 15.
Yes, they were. Yes,
no, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
Prove it.
You
Prove
want
it.
You want me to pull
Prove
the
it.
stats that says
Prove
biggest
it.
lead was 15 points?
Prove it. Prove it. Prove it.
How do I
prove it.
How do I
Go
prove
prove it.
facts?
Just
though?
prove it.
See, Phil, you might as well just prove it because
Yeah,
he's not
prove it.
going to let you have a word until you bring something up.
Yeah, and this is my way of getting him off the mic because he has to lean over to a computer and start typing to prove it.
You want me to take a picture of showing you
Yeah,
the biggest
sure.
lead?
Yeah, I want it notarized. I want some witnesses. I want it looked at by an independent committee. And in the meantime, I'm going back to the text line.
Submit it in triplicate.
Yes, triplicate's good. Yeah, it's very important to get triplicates on that.
You're welcome.
Bruno Baller says, "Hey Randy, growing up, I remember Johnny Rutherford being one of the first Indy 500 winners. Is he American?
Yeah, Johnny Rutherford is. Yeah, from Texas.
Anyways, back to the COVID and the Suns. You got that many 12,000 people in there. Let everybody else in. Let them all in there. That's all there is to it. And Anthony Davis kicked Jay Crowder in the Ginobili's.
No, he did not.
And he got away with it. And that was the garbage.
He sure did.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about what the hell happened with the Clippers. So is there a mercy kill rule for the playoffs? Because that was, we thought the Nets were laying it hard against the Celtics, but damn, the Clippers, they had a good effort going there, but man, 0 games won. 0 games won in LA. That is got to be the end of it, right? Got to be the end of it.
Well, I don't know because I harken back to a World Series where there was not a home game won by the opposing team. So I would have to I'd have to say that the Clippers are still in this until the gavel falls and the game is and the series is over. So it was only a 6-point defeat. Yeah, they didn't play very well. Certainly doesn't look very good for a team to be 0-2, having 2 home games against the Mavericks, a lower seeded team.
Not just but they've lost 5 straight playoff games going back to last postseason.
I just don't think this is a very well constructed team. Sort of what the way I feel about the Diamondbacks. I think you've got a couple of superstars on there, and that's about it. And the rest of the guys are just kind of. I don't think it's the right chemistry. I don't think when Kawhi was in Toronto, they had a team that had some chemistry. They had some other part players in there, but the Clippers. Maybe I'm wrong, Phil. Maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong about that. But the Clippers, it just seems like it's Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and then whoever else happens to be on the floor.
Why did you scratch out the field goal stuff up there, Phil?
Oh, just to highlight who it was. I can put that back.
You know what? I think that was photoshopped because I see your markings on it. So prove it, Phil. Charlie Boy says, "Yeah, Phil, prove it. Prove it."
Is that your imitation of Charlie Boy?
No, he went prove it. So I didn't really know what to do with that.
I could get into the dynamics of the court and go into break into the full analytics of the basketball game and team.
Yeah,
I think this is just Clippers karma. Besides the Clipper curse that they can never get out of the second round of the playoffs, this is what you get for tanking. This is what you get for purposefully getting out of the way of the Lakers and moving around, maneuvering yourself so that way you guarantee that when you lose to the Rockets and the Timberwolves to end the season, two of the most moribund franchises in the NBA right now, this is what you get.
Doc Rivers went to sleep laughing last night.
I bet he did. Him and Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah.
All right. So I will get to the rest of all your texts when we start up the next hour. It's been a busy, busy day here on the text line. When we come back, we got a little more NBA for you, but we got a whole shload of NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Ooh, a fondue set. Ugh, now I need to find a coupon code.
Not anymore, Susan. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout.
Wait, instantly?
It's called shopping smart, not hard. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer for free and let it do the work for you.
Don't mind if I fondue.
Haha, that's kind of cheesy. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
Last year, the series' most popular driver took home the championship. This season, it's anybody's guess who will win.
This weekend, it's a Memorial Day tradition. 1,100 miles of racing. 8 a.m., it's the Indy 500. At 2 p.m., the Coca-Cola 600.
Don't miss a moment of the ground-pounding excitement of NASCAR. Sponsored by Phoenix Raceway, your new epicenter for NASCAR racing in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-PROCOPY. That's 602-776-2679.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harman Solar today. Harman Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com. Harman Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Thank goodness it seems like the worst is over, but is your business back to pre-COVID numbers? Hi, Bruce Jacobs here to invite you to take advantage of a great opportunity to promote that you are open and ready to serve with our affordable Open for Business advertising package. You'll only spend hundreds but reach thousands of potential new customers. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com, click the link for the Open for Business package. This offer will not last long. The Open for Business package on 1580 The Fanatic. Now let's all get back to business.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
For what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, coming to you live from the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my heterosexual life partner, Randy White. You got Phil in there pushing the buttons, and you guys texting in on the Summit Mail Medical text line, 888-368-1580. And Beer Bob says, Jeffrey, unfortunately, Speedo Boy is correct. Suns were down 15 points. I'll be honest, I never doubted it. I just knew if the time it took him to look it up, he'd shut up for a minute. So that gave us a little time to talk about, other things.
Oh, good. As long as it was towards the benefit of the show.
Absolutely. Yeah, that, and I just like to see you jump sometimes. Come on, dance, monkey, dance. Ukalamak says, actually, Phil, Clippers have a real owner now, and Lamers are just writing it out as GHD once proud franchise. I have no idea what he's trying to
Look,
say.
ever since the new owners come around, they still have maintained that inability to get beyond the second round of the Western Conference playoffs. And
GHD is that what's in the
it's a supplement, I think.
Chinese food?
Yeah, it's this.
You got to watch out for
no,
the
it,
GHD.
it has to do with economics. It's the national GHD.
Who?
I
The
think-
gross hemp the division.
Yeah,
We don't
hemp.
know what it is. We don't know. Fed fan sent me a picture of her dog on drugs. Fed fan, can I retweet that? Oh my God! If you ever seen a stone chihuahua before, that's amazing.
Does it have a lazy eye and just like a tongue out?
It's yeah, I think it's tongue. I don't know what's going on there. It says, "Here's what a dog on drugs looks like." Sorry, he hasn't meowed or done anything but drool, but yeah, tongue is out. Dog, that is God. That seriously, if that's not your Christmas card this year, Fed fan, I don't know what you're doing with your life. That is amazing. Davey Brad says, great show, guys. Watching you on the TV at home. Great seeing Randy's dog at times going back and forth back there.
That's Cecil the Wonder Dog. He wanders in and out. So that's why I call him Cecil the Wonder Dog.
That's right. Cecil's a good boy. He's a good boy. Booger Wolf says, Phil sounds like a communist, socialist butt-tard when he talks about the Lakers. Go Suns. Phil's dumb. Bronco cheerleaders are born with armpit stains. Go Suns.
Lord. Good
Wow.
Lord, what? I just don't understand why attack me through the cheerleaders. It's so just it. Oh,
Because Phil, you're a butt-tard.
Yeah, you commie butt-tard. Against the Spread says, Jeffrey, what do you think about having a golf tournament to benefit your charity? I bet that'd be a big hit. Except for I don't know how to golf. Really, not really. I mean,
we were going to do the miniature golf.
Right, the second annual Jeffrey O'Brien Memorial Golf Invitational.
Can't call it Memorial.
I still think we can. Napa Bob says, is Luka Doncic underrated by total baskets, or is triple doubles worth more in the final wash? I think so.
I think he's a tremendous player. If nothing else, a little whiny, but other than that, I really do love him. He very well could be the next face of the league, if nothing else.
Tell me, do you really love Luka?
I mean,
he lives on the second floor.
He was getting me hot and simmering before the season with all this MVP talk. He came out a little dry, but he really got it wet near the end of the year, was sinking all those threes again and again.
See, I thought it was like his nice hairdo and his unique tattoo orders. Perhaps his effervescent skin that he has. I thought it was something like that, but no, you're talking like basketball
His
stats.
game is something to fall in love with.
It's giving me a migraine. This is giving me a migraine right now.
2 days
I'm
in a
getting a
row.
headache. Yeah. Mr. Wilbur says, in the recipe book, the new recipe is the Davis leg kick with nuts. Baker's Cocky Hens
We gotta know
says,
that's a Horgan.
Suns come back from LA with the series tied, and it'll be fine. LA hasn't had playoff basketball in person for like 3 years, unless you count the Clippers. That's actually a true statement. Lost Toby says he was 15 seconds from officially being classified as a professional soccer player. That's right. He showed me the graphic. Time spent on the ground after an injury. For our friend that took the 94-mile-hour fastball to the face, Kevin Pillar, 36 seconds on the ground. Joe Burrow tore his ACL, MCL, and suffered some other knee damage as well. On the ground, 78 seconds.
Well, that's not
LeBron
fair.
James, after getting poked in the eye, on the ground, 80 seconds. 80 seconds. So he was on the ground longer than people actually hurt.
Well, that's not fair. In the NFL, they pretty much try to get you off the field as soon as possible.
Major League Baseball, you have all damn day. He got up in 36 seconds. Why? Because Kevin Pillar is a man.
That's why I called out in the NFL.
And Le baby, he's a le baby.
There was a
So
fight
how many
going on.
like if we're talking about seconds here, seconds spent on the ground, that sort of thing. How long was LeBron on the ground in game one when he faked a shoulder injury, went down, nobody was looking, he got up.
Yeah, I got up again.
Kind of staggered across to where
Yeah.
the melee was, went down again.
Make sure somebody
and
was
then,
watching.
And then nobody was really looking then. And then he kind of staggered across and went down again on the bench. What kind of ground time do we have there?
So that is like a little kid falling down. Nobody sees him. He runs over, falls down again, just so you can see.
Yeah.
So that way he can go. That's LeBron.
Listen, you
That's
guys.
actual audio from the game.
You know, whenever you tear something, these things normally they come in waves.
What did he tear? He didn't tear nothing.
He tore his
0%
patriotic
of
spirit.
things. Oh,
is what
shut
he
up.
tore because he was
He tore-
bearing it
he
all
tore
out
his-
there.
Patriotic spirit.
He was able
I
to get.
tore my aura.
Yeah, well, he and the fact that he was able to push through and get us to an even series is just it's just damn near going to make me cry.
Magical.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the texter had it right. Right yesterday when they said LeBron tore his vagina.
Yep.
Pretty sure that's it. That's more accurate.
You know, I think I'd be happier if they just had the guy come out with the spray bottle and the towel like they do in soccer and just
The magic
spray
Yeah.
him, then he's fine. That's at least something. Gamecock says, imagine if we drafted Luca and signed a big star similar to a contract like CP3 there. A lot of people still look back and have buyer's remorse saying, oh, we should have taken Luca. But you have to remember at the time, DeAndre Ayton was the sure thing. I can't second guess that choice because there was a lot of speculation that Luca was not going to come to the United States at all. He was actually on the fence on that. So it wasn't the worst thing to draft DeAndre Ayton. You know, he does. You could draft that 100 times over and you still end up taking the same guy.
I think what hurts the most is the fact that the Suns had every excuse in the world to draft him. They could have done it. They had the previous head coach who had experience with him.
Different regime also who did that draft.
Yes, that's true. I believe John Jones came in after that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we'll never know. We'll never know. And even that coaching staff got overhauled as well. But I think they had every excuse in the world to do that, and they still didn't. It is what it is.
Licky Lips Johnson says Suns effed up by not getting Luca. Luca is sick with it. Lakers in 5. Mhm.
Lakers in 5.
Large Marge says Phil has never sunk more than a 3. Booger Wolf says I should have known Phil loves Puka Dong Itch.
Oh,
Puka Dong Itch.
Puka Dong Itch.
Who's Puka
Wow.
Dong Itch?
I think he's.
I think that's
Luka Doncic.
Don Chichi.
Yeah.
Okay. Hefty Lefty says, how long was CP3 on the ground for? Well, he was legit injured.
Oh my God.
And he went to the locker room, but then came out and played again. So I honestly
is LeBron playing right now?
Don't remember.
He's manning it
Tell you
through.
what, I would guarantee you that Chris Paul was on the ground for less time than LeBron was.
But he was in the locker room. LeBron James
on
did his
the
recovery
ground.
on the court.
On the ground.
LeBron James did his
But-
recovery on the court,
but
putting up
The
a
imaginary
trip
doctors came out and treated LeBron
yeah.
on the court.
Absolutely, because he's manning his
the
way through it.
difference is CP3 had a legitimate injury. LeBron was just looking for attention.
We have breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news here on the Daily Blender.
Oh, sorry, breaking news.
Not breaking weather, breaking news.
Newsflash. This is breaking news.
Jag Dog has the true story. He says this just in. Le baby tore his labia. Oh, so that's what it was.
You call me out for
That's
fake
what it
breaking
was.
news for actually
Wow.
breaking Julius Randle winning and most improved player of the year award.
Hey, Randy, is Phil's name on the show?
No,
No, okay.
no. Last time I checked, it's
Yeah,
not.
just making sure.
Neither is mine, by
Yeah.
the way.
Mhm. Well, it should be. It should be. Oh yeah, I'm not going to do.
Of course not. No.
I'm a busy
And
man.
why would you?
I'm a busy
And why?
man.
And why would you?
Jag Dog, that was good breaking news. I think we all agree
Yeah.
to that.
No, not all of us. No.
Yeah, well, all of us that matter.
Spectacular.
All of us that
Spectacular.
matter. Hey,
Inaccurate.
really quickly, I do have to give a couple of man card violations. Got to take care of some
Uh-oh.
man talk real fast. There's 2 of them, and in fact, let's see. Should we have? Yeah, we should have a man card violation judgment call. Who's worse? They're both getting violations. There's no doubt
A
about
judgment call?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna do a whole judgment call.
That's right.
All right.
All right.
I'm ready.
it. So,
I can't wait.
all right. First off,
Yeah.
is this guy. Now, have you ever left a big tip at a restaurant, or like you're on
Yeah.
a date, and you're
Oh,
like
yeah.
trying to impress a gal or something there, or you're trying to
Uh-huh.
impress the waitress, and then maybe you regretted it afterwards. You're like, wow, I shouldn't have done that. But would you ever consider actually trying to take it back?
No.
A server recently shared a story about a customer who did that. It went viral. The guy came in And he's like, hey, anything you want off the menu, it's for you, baby. Nothing is too good for you. How about an entire array of appetizers? And then the bill came. He's like, I've got this, baby, $289, and he tipped $100, which is generous. That's like 35%.
Yeah.
So after they left, he's like, hold on, baby, I left something inside. I'll be right back. He goes back in and he says, hey, I need you to reduce that to $20. I didn't mean to make it that much, which, by the way, 20 on 289 is only 7%.
Yeah.
And he was a jerk about it, saying, hey, if you don't do it the way I say right now, I'll dispute it with the credit card company. You'll get nothing. So the server, of course, she wasn't happy. She didn't like being used as part of a show for this jackhole's date thing, right? So here's what she did. She got her own revenge. She's like, okay, fine. So she redid the thing. And then she walked out, ran up to his car, tapped on the window and said, sir, if you want to reduce your tip from 100 to only 20, you're going to have to sign a new receipt. And the date was like, got all big eyed, and she realized what had just happened. And the guy was just sitting there glaring at her, signing it. And then that was the end of that. So, yeah, that's a man card violation right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but should be an accreditation for that server enacting some revenge.
Oh, no.
Yes.
She definitely did the right thing there. And hopefully his date ran as fast and as far away as she could. All right. So there's the first one. Bad. We'll call him Bad Tipper. All right. The next one, you know who I'm going after right now.
Uh-oh.
If I were to tell you that there is a certain former baseball player who just launched a new makeup line for men, you know who I'm talking about, right?
Not me. I haven't heard this news.
A-Rod. Aaron Rodriguez, Alex Rodriguez. Look at this. There he is. It's right there on the screen, so you can see.
What the
there he is.
hell?
A-Rod it's nothing. He's just putting on his makeup. Putting on his makeup right there. And if you look real close, he's all like foundationed up and powdered and everything on that.
Oh, no.
So here's what happened. He, I guess, invested in Hims and also hers. And, those people with the boner drugs and the hair loss stuff.
Yep.
So now he's selling something called the Blur Stick, a chapstick sized tube, rolls on your face. You can cover up the acne or dark circles or whatever, right? But yeah, do you want to be this guy? Really?
No.
Putting on makeup in the morning? He looks very like, I've just got so many things to do today. Anyway, so
that is a very nice sweater.
Yeah, I get it. Listen, you just got dumped by J-Lo because she's afraid you're going to cheat on her, and because you were, and you're sad, so it'll cover up some of the streaks and the lines from your eye makeup running from crying all the time there.
Yeah,
but so that's a man card violation. Wearing
that
makeup
acne from. I was just going to say all that acne from the steroids you used. Yeah, go ahead.
That's probably a good point there. But yeah, it's a man card violation. We wearing makeup. Men don't need to be wearing no makeup unless you're like on TV and like we're doing the news. Craig Fouey, there's a manly Irishman if you ever knew one. He wears the just a basic makeup so he doesn't look ridiculous on the TV. Because I'll be honest, between you and me, I don't know who's doing the lighting over at ABC 15, but their asses should be fired immediately because the lighting is horrible on ABC 15. Look how bad all them girls look because of the bad lighting. Anyway, so I get it. So outside of that, no man needs to be selling makeup to men or wearing the damn makeup. So which is the worst violation? Bad Tipper or A-Rod making and using the makeup?
Is there any
Phil?
Is there any debate here? It's got to be the Bad Tipper. The Bad Tipper, that is just low life. Like that goes negative. At least as he puts up the makeup thing. Look, the Bad Tipper, that's just a bad person. That even goes beyond being a man. That's just a bad person. Makeup, he's trying to help. He's trying to provide a service, Jeffrey. He's trying to provide a service.
Look at A-Rod's face. He's like, I'll show her. That is the I will show her face if I've ever seen it. Ready? Phil's going with the Tipper.
Yeah, for me, far and away the Tipper. What a douche. That guy is an absolute piece of work. He gets the man card. He should have his man card revoked, torn up, and never reissued ever again, ever. That guy is a douche nozzle. Give me the Bad Tipper for the man card violation today?
You know, you're right. You're right, Randy. I don't agree with Phil, but I agree with you. You absolutely always treat your servers right. I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
You know what? If you're trying to be a baller, if you're a thousandaire, well, you know what?
Yeah.
They're going to find out eventually that that's not an Acura, that's a Kia. I mean, just because you took the emblem off and put something else on it, they're going to figure it out eventually.
Right.
They're going to know you're a loser. So, yes, the judgment call, worst man card violation does go to the bad tipper. But come on, A-Rod. Come on, man. That's a guy just trying to make some money. You know what I mean?
He hasn't quite made enough. He just bought the Timberwolves. Is it the Timberwolves?
Timberwolves, yep.
Yeah,
what if he's going to make them all use the blur stick?
And, I don't. And not only that, he's an older guy, and he just it's too bad. It's too bad. Too damn bad.
888-368-1580 FedFan.
Look, I got all these dark spots on my face. I worked hard to get them. I want to show them off.
And
I'm going to cover them up.
Yeah, we just embrace the way we look at women. I wish you guys would do the same thing. But those filters are getting ridiculous on the social media. You know, we know you don't look like that. We know you don't really look like that. It makes everybody scared, more scared. FedFan says, was the bad tipper wearing makeup? Oh, well, if he was, then that's a man card revocation right there.
Yeah,
with everything he's already done. All right, we must take a break. When we come back, I'll get caught up on the text line, and we're going to talk some NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, the Johnsons are coming over Friday. Did you clean the pool?
Done.
Did you prep the steaks?
Already marinated.
Oh, what about the drinks?
On it. I'm going to Total Wine.
Find a white wine Jill hasn't tried yet. Oh, you should make that rum cocktail that Jim likes.
Well, that's why I'm going to Total Wine. They've got more Sauvignon Blancs, Chardonnays, tequilas, and rums. Their selection is amazing.
Oh, I'm coming with you.
Wondrous selection, helpful guides, ridiculously low prices. Discover new flavors to make this summer even more fun at TotalWine.com.
Contractors, are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. Serving all types of contractors of any size, licensed in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit CBIalliance.com.
These last few months have reinforced just how unpredictable the world is increasingly becoming. Right now, we're seeing market highs in the face of economic lows. Professional investors are wisely positioning their portfolios to protect against possible market downturns while still benefiting from the current bull market. So should you. Register for Online Trading Academy's complimentary 3-hour class, Protection from the Election. This new class will explore strategies to protect wealth from instability and capture profits during both bull and bear cycles. Call 844-877-2337 to reserve your complimentary seat in Protection from the Election. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Classes are available in Scottsdale, Chandler, or Peoria. Call 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996. Again, call 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
NASCAR Championship Weekend returns to Phoenix Raceway November 5th through the 7th.
A wild season of unexpected will culminate in Phoenix with drivers putting it all on the line for their shot
and earning the title of NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Featuring 4 championship races in 3 days.
Don't miss your chance to witness history from atop the grandstands as the action goes 5 wide into the iconic dog leg.
Or from up close with access to the fan-friendly infield experience.
Get your tickets to see the NASCAR Championship in person.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com.
Hurry, tickets won't last much longer.
Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase.
The NFL draft is over.
The teams have made their picks and reshaped their teams. Now comes the hard part.
They've got to turn these rookies into NFL players.
That means OTAs, training them, testing them, training camps.
Pushing them farther than ever before.
We've got our eyes and ears on all of it.
Listen to the latest on your exclusive home for the NFL.
1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And so we got the Indy 500 on Sunday at 8 a.m. We got the Coca-Cola 600 Sunday at 2 p.m. But we also have the following stuff happening on Saturday morning. Race setup with Randy White and that chief guy, an encore presentation at 7 a.m. Followed by AZ Preps 365. That's right. They do it 365 a year. That's why they call it AZ Preps 365 and not like AZ Preps 210 or AZ Preps 172. Is AZ Preps 365, and they're talking about high school sports and lots of great stories, and it's a good show. So that's on at 8. Then at 10 a.m., it's Drive Friendly with Steve and Felicia. And then after that, it's the Rookies. That's Isaiah's, who you've heard on this show before, and Josh, who you've heard on this show and other shows before as well. By the way, has anybody heard that show?
No, but I think they need to change the name from the Rookies to J.I. Private Eye.
No, it's still going to be the Rookies.
Think about J.I. Private Eye. They could go through the sports world and they could uncover all sorts of different things. Sort of like what's that 30-minute thing they do on the MSESPN? What is that? What is that?
True crime stuff. Listen,
outside the circle or something.
They have not solved the mystery on how to turn the damn microphones on properly yet. So they ain't solving any sports mysteries. But I told Izzy the other day, I was like, you know what? I think I'm finally going to listen. Don't be nervous. I'm going to finally listen and make sure you guys aren't embarrassing us. And so I don't know if you guys out there, I know a bunch of you super fans have probably heard the show. I'm just curious what you guys think. Barbecue Nation right after that at 1 p.m. So that's a full day of fun plus CBS Sports Radio on Saturday here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Yeah, now Jeffrey and I are working on a barbecue show of our own. We're going to call it Grill Nation.
Yeah. Wait, no, Grill Masters.
The Grill Masters?
Yeah, because you're the Grill Master General. We say we're going to call it Grill Masters.
Yeah, I thought maybe we could change that a little bit and cover more ground.
Is this really the place where we're going to have this argument? Because I called you the Grill Master General, and I am a pretty damn good griller myself. So I thought Grill Masters sounds great.
Well, no, I get it. I understand. And that does sound amazing. But stay with me for a second, Jeffco.
Mm-hmm.
What if we call it Grilling with Whiskey?
Or what if we call it Grill Masters? Because that's already a great name. And of course, everybody assumes the whiskey anyway. So we don't even have to say it.
Could cover a whole segment on whiskey. It would have to be the last segment of the show.
Well, we can still do that. We absolutely can do that on Grill Masters with Randy White and Jeffrey O'Brien.
Grill and whiskey, meat and how about whiskey and meat?
Whiskey and meat? Now, actually kind of like that. Yeah, I do kind of Grill Masters or whiskey and meat. I really torn on that one.
The white
I like
way
it.
to grill.
No, just stop with the white thing. Just probably not the best time to launch anything called the white way.
No.
Sorry, Randy. Bruno Baller says, well, how about Grill Masters Nation? That just sounds like we're starting some kind of weird political party.
Yeah.
Grinding on the grill with Randy White and Jeffrey O'Brien.
There's
featuring
no
Jeffrey
grinding
O'Brien.
on the get. Shut up, Phil. Moist One says, oh, what the hell? I drove like 5 miles out of Palm Springs and I lost reception on Dome's show. Well, it was nice to hear Randy, though, during those commercial breaks there.
Well, you're welcome. I am everywhere, yet I'm nowhere.
No, Moist One. We're not calling it Meat Smokers with Jeffrey. Nope. Randy is the lead on that one. He's the Grill Master General. Hefty Lefty says, I actually listened to the Rookies last weekend and they did a good job.
Good.
It's good to
so
hear.
They actually got the microphones on. That's good. That's good. They're moving along.
I told him, I said, I'm going to start listening. Isaiah's, he looked confident and like, oh, good. Thank you. And Josh started sweating. I mean, that might be his go-to look, but he did. Yeah. He just started sweating.
To be honest, he does sweat an awful lot.
Yes, that is a true statement. Large Marge says maybe A-Rod can make a chapstick thingy for Le Baby's flight deck, if you know what I'm saying. Well, it is. He does own part of hymns. So
for all this talk, I hear no talk about Chris Paul's balding head. Chris Paul is also
You know why? You know why? Because Chris Paul is embracing it. He's got his hair cut really short.
He doesn't seem to have a male pattern thing going there.
He doesn't have no spray paint on there.
Chia.
Chia stuff. He's got no, he hasn't spray painted any cotton swabs and stuck them to his head. I mean, come on, man. Hey, if you're going bald, just accept it. Just accept it. Michael Jordan at one time had hair, and now you want to be like Mike? Then you're going to have to shave your damn hair and quit acting like you got hair because you don't got hair.
Tiger, Chris Paul. You want me to keep going down the list?
Tiger's not doing anything. He wears a ball cap all the time.
Paul had all kinds of stubble up there. I don't think he's as male pattern as you think he is.
Look at Kevin Durant. There's a bunch of people doing it, and you know what? To
Look,
each
man,
their own.
If I was going bald headed like LBJ, I'd take the Bic to it.
Yeah.
Just you know what? Deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, unless LeBron has a weirdly lumpy head, then that would explain something. I don't know.
Have you seen those guys that are bald? Their head looks like
a ridge. Tunk.
I haven't seen that, but their hair, the skin around their head looks like brain. Have you ever seen that?
Oh yeah, the wrinkle baldy.
Yeah.
Wrinkle
I've seen
baldies. That's creepy. That's weird. Yeah.
We're a ball cap, man.
Yeah. By the way, I got my hair. Everybody thinks I wear a cap because I'm bald. I wear a cap because it saves me time getting ready in the morning. And then I get this ridiculous hat here. But trust me, I told the other day, I was like, I'm just going to not wear a hat one day and watch everybody be like, who the hell is that guy? So that's why I make these jokes, because I can.
I remember the first time I saw you without a cap. I was very surprised you weren't bald.
You did? When did you see me with that hat?
It was first tenure here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't remember when I haven't, but it's me wearing a hat is more about saving time than anything else. Let's see. Baby Got Dak says, I think you should call the show Grill Ninjas. Ooh. Yeah, Randy, you better start writing some of these down.
Grill Ninjas.
Bruno Baller says, I would say Randy and Jeffrey are two of the best radio ad readers in town. You know what? I kind of lost my my ad read mojo there for a while, and
zest.
Yeah, because I thought I was reading ads that were not going to be on a fun station; they'd be on the other station. So I was trying to give a very thoughtful read, and I was just like, "Damn it, I'm just going to be me from now on in these ads." So the next ad I do is going to be like, "Hey, bleepers, what's going on? Jeffrey Bleep and Brian here," and I'm not going to bleep it though. Randy's going to have to bleep it.
Yeah,
it's weird to imagine that you would do that.
Yeah. Sup, bitches? That's how my next commercial is going to start. Rob Diz says, "Grill Nation, our meat to your grill."
Wow.
Well, we don't sell meat.
Grill Nation.
So
our meat to your grill. I'm writing that down. Jeff.
Sizzle Samurais.
Licky Lips Johnson says, Jeffrey, you sound older than the devil's bleep. Why are you talking about LeBron's old ass?
Wow.
Do I sound old on the radio? I didn't know I don't know what I sound like, because he's a whiny baby. That's why. Jag Dog says, Phil, are any of the Donkeys cheerleaders eligible to play on the O-line if you get any injuries, injury trouble there? I think they look like they are.
I
Yeah.
don't know what's worse, if it's the comments and the texts coming in, or if it's Randy not helping the situation, just throwing fuel to the flames.
What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm over here just thoroughly enjoying being called older than the devil's D. I just love that line. My God. I know he's trying. It's funny. Licky Lips Johnson's trying to tear on me, but I kind of love that one. You are older than the devil's D. Why are you talking about LeBron's old ass? Oh, that is just, can we make that a t-shirt? Older than the devil's D?
You know, all this talk about hot dogs has really made me want to go to Costco after this.
Hefty Lefty says, how about you call your show Smoke 'em If You Got 'em? And then you can also recommend cigar and whiskey pairings with the barbecue.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Well, we call that a segment. All right, now it's time for the Smoke 'em If You Got 'em segment. And we can talk about smokers. We can talk about cigars and, like you said, the whiskey. That's actually, let's write that down as a segment name. I don't know if that's a show name.
All right, I just wrote it down.
You can also talk about sausages. They come in smoked or not.
Look, man, we're going to talk about all sorts of meat, not just sausages, Phil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I love me some brats, but that's kind of where I draw the line on sausages. Bruno Baller says, I'm curious, is that cartoon guy with the hat and the headset on the webpage supposed to be Jeffrey? Oh, you mean the emoji?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yes,
actually. The funny thing about that, when we put the logo together, and I didn't tell anybody that, but it is actually kind of patterned after me. I actually created that emoji. I used some pieces and stuff that was found together, and I kind of slipped that in there. Nobody noticed it for a while, but yes, that's my smirk, and but yeah, it's not me. It's not me. It's just that's the fanatic emoji. But yeah, there's a little bit of the Jeffrey in that.
It shows in the eyebrows.
In the eyebrows.
Yeah, you got very expressive eyebrows.
Oh, I gotta think I tweezed like you notice that LeBrow, the Anthony Davis, his eyebrows, he's got the little hair in the middle, but it looks like he tweezes the rest of it.
It's kempt. It's kempt.
So that's not my imagination. He's got lady brows.
What does Sean Kemp have to do with his eyebrows?
Kempt, not Sean Kemp.
I thought he was talking about Sean Kemp.
Right.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I saw him in that post-game interview, and I'm like, why does it look like that? But there's all that. That doesn't make sense.
Because the brow is his calling card.
We should probably find some pictures of him before tweezers and see how thick those eyebrows really are. Because I'm pretty sure that ain't natural. That ain't natural. Baker's Cocky Hen says, when did former Packer Gilbert Brown become a Broncos cheerleader along with Dale Hellestray?
Oh my God. Now, Dale Hellestray is not a Broncos cheerleader.
No. He only puts the skirt on for the Cowboys, and that's the truth.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, for that and Bruce.
Swave Dave says, Randy, do you know the Willie Nelson tune, Whiskey River? You could use that as your theme song. Well, no, we can't because I don't do country music.
No.
I do respect and find Willie Nelson amusing, but I don't know if I could handle listening to any kind of country music.
Willie Nelson, the legend, you mean?
Yeah. Hefty Lefty says, so exactly what were you slipping where, Jeffrey? Phrasing. Large Marge says, older than the Devil's D. Isn't that the first line of Burn in Hell Lakers song? Well, it is now.
Oh my God.
I don't know how to work that in.
Yeah. Try to find the timing on that.
Let me think about this.
Older than the Devil's D.
I think that's just the intro line.
Burning hell.
Oh, see, but
I can go in solo with that like this.
Yeah.
Older than the Devil's D. Burn in hell, Lakers. Burn in hell, Lakers. Shut the hell up, Phil. We're a little off, Randy. You got to get back in studio, man. Kiss the Cook says, every announcer's lips on TNT must be tired and their breath must smell like ash for all the kissing they've been doing on these Lakers. That is true. Mr. Wilbur says Jeffrey's eyebrows have 9 kids. What? What do you? I don't get it. Baby Got Dak says smoke on the water. That should be the theme song.
Here comes the meat.
What? What are you doing over there?
Here comes the meat.
Here comes the meat. Do. Yeah, that's not really working, Phil.
Wait, what about that name for a show? Here comes the meat.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say doody doo doo. No. That'll be the Phil Emerine story. Heavy Lefty says, anyone else ready for Bryson versus Brooks? Headlining UFC 270. You mean DeChambeau and Brooks?
I believe they're taking up the mantle for the match.
Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau. Yeah, here's the thing about that. It took me a minute to try to even figure out why these guys hate each other, but they hate each other.
Oh, yeah.
And I've come to the conclusion that would be like the weakest UFC fight you've ever seen. It'd be like a slappy little girl fight. Sure, Brooks Koepka is probably in better physical shape than Bryson DeChambeau. But is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Bryson DeChambeau.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And but outside of that, both of them are a bunch of preppy pansies.
Oh yeah, I'm golf by nature.
I mean, Randy, who do you think would actually win in a fight? Brooks Koepka or Bryson DeChambeau?
Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, because he has a couple of abs.
He has like
he's in very good shape, and he is very strong, and he is very, very tough. Yeah, Brooks Koepka.
I didn't say he wasn't in shape, but just because you're in shape doesn't mean you can fight. I don't know.
No, I believe he could. He's got a bad attitude, and he is an angry golfer, and so yes, he would win.
Yeah, I'm watching this replay of the Suns Lakers game. Chris Paul is balding, my friend.
Hey, can you just give us a second to talk about golfers fighting each other? We were enjoying that before you had to drag us back in to male pattern report.
Yeah.
So here, though, let me just give you this to think about, Randy. As much as Koepka there got himself a six-pack, old DeChambeau has that ridiculous kind of roided up swing, right? So if he took a run at Koepka, I think he might be able. I don't know. I kind of feel like they're evenly matched a little bit.
No, if a fight broke out between Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau, first of all, DeChambeau is like a big giant pillow. He's been drinking all those shakes, and he thinks he's actually putting muscle on, but he's actually just getting fat. And he's very stretched out, so he's able to swing really hard. And because he's put a few pounds on, he's actually able to put that his assets into the swing, if you will. Now, Brooks Koepka, this guy's a workout beast. He spends hours upon hours in the gymnasium. He is an angry golfer. Do you ever see the guy smile out on the golf course?
No, I've never seen him smile, period.
And now Bryson DeChambeau, he smiles on occasion. There is the edge, my friend. Brooks Koepka would kick DeChambeau's ass in a heartbeat.
Not so fast, Randy White, because Brooks Koepka has a gimpy knee. So all DeChambeau has to do is take a shot at it, and the tides have turned, my friend.
Yeah, I don't think DeChambeau is smart enough to do that.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I don't like DeChambeau, but after seeing old Brooks Koepka do that teenage girl eye roll and when he walked by during that interview clip, I got no respect for either of them. None.
Yeah.
So
DeChambeau's like, shake and swing really hard. Oh!
That was actually completely accurate, even with it included. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, whoa. DeChambeau is a beast. Have you not seen him in a Speedo? Koepka is LeBron-esque. He's Flop City All-Star there.
Give me a break.
By the way, I bet King LeBaby eats on his porcelain throne just like Phil does.
And God bless him for doing so. It's a healthier way to live.
Next question.
Lots of fiber.
I don't even understand this one. Licky Lips Johnson says, Jeffrey, you're probably redder than the Devil's D as well. What does that mean?
I think because you're white, and if you're yelling, you start to get red.
No,
I've never seen Jeffrey get red.
I don't even know what that
even means. For over a quarter century. I've never seen him
Licky Lips had a great line there, and then he just got weird and kind of ruined the moment.
Started to lick.
See, you got to know when to leave it lay. You got to know when to just let it sit there.
You got to know when to hold them, and you got to know when to fold them. That's what we learned yesterday. Napa Bob says, Jeffrey just raised my classic rock ire. Deep Purple's best piece is Man on the Silver Mountain in 1975. Okay. Jeff Van Gundy says, hey, fellas, just tuning in. Humble reminder, I predicted Lakers 108 to 104, but it was actually 109 to 102. Well, you should be humble because that's what they call getting it wrong.
Were you ever worried last night?
No.
Even getting towards the end there when you saw they were about there.
I think I said I was taking the over, and what was it with that score? 109. It was the over under was 210, wasn't it? So it did just barely poke over.
It did. 211.
So I got that right, and then I was watching, and I'm like, even if
actually, you said the under.
Did I say under?
Yeah, because you thought it would be a defensive game.
Oh, that's right, I did. Okay, so I got that one wrong. But no, I was never worried that Phil would accurately predict that score. Just because it started to get up there. You were 6 points away for the Lakers, and I don't remember what you said for the Suns.
I said 115 to 98.
Well, whatever. You didn't win. I ain't wearing a Speedo. So there.
Yet.
Junk Food Jake says somebody's really obsessed with the Devil's D on your text line there, man.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
true.
I think Licky Lips Johnson, we're going to have to get a puppet and you'll have to show us where
Yeah.
the Devil's D hurt you. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, the Johnsons are coming over Friday. Did you clean the pool?
Done.
Did you prep the steaks?
Already marinated.
Oh, what about the drinks?
On it. I'm going to Total Wine.
Find a white wine Jill hasn't tried yet. Oh, you should make that rum cocktail that Jim likes.
Well, that's why I'm going to Total Wine. They've got more Sauvignon Blancs, Chardonnays, tequilas, and rums. Their selection is amazing.
Oh, I'm coming with you.
Wondrous selection, helpful guides, ridiculously low prices. Discover new flavors to make this summer even more fun at TotalWine.com.
Ooh, a fondue set. Ugh, now I need to find a coupon code.
Not anymore, Susan. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout.
Wait, instantly?
It's called shopping smart, not hard. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer for free and let it do the work for you.
Don't mind if I fondue.
That's kind of cheesy. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
Chances are the technology you work with every day is an afterthought until it isn't working. Technical problems can throw a wrench in your day, but computer security issues can expose you and your customers to serious risk. Affinity Technology builds custom IT solutions that help small businesses thrive. No system is too complicated. If it plugs in, we work with it. Affinity Technology runs Arizona businesses. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer. And your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
When you come to the desert, many things can be dangerous, but there's nothing more dangerous than a pit full of rattlers. Arizona Rattlers football is back. Don't miss a second of the action. Become a part of the Ninth Man for a membership of $10 per game for new season ticket members. All fans are welcomed as the Rattlers return at 100% capacity in the newly transformed Phoenix Suns Arena. Call 602-379-8274 today. Don't wait. Arizona Rattlers strike back. The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Cards Chappie says, got to let your jokes sit like you got to rest your beat right there. You know what I'm saying? And Jeff Van Gundy's taking issue. He's like, hey, you said I was getting it wrong, saying I predicted the Lakers 108 to 104. It was 109 to 102. I was within a couple of points, but you also said you'd be impressed if someone was within a couple of points. So don't change your views now. All right, Jeff Van Gundy, I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing. It was more about trying to put down Phil than you. So I'm sorry you got caught in the crossfire on that. 108 to 104, damn close. I'll give you credit. Damn close. Here we go. Licky Lips Johnson. I ordered you A-Rod's makeup for your wrinkles, Jeffrey.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I love that he thinks I give a crap. Your little comebacks are getting worse and worse. You should have quit when you had a good one, man. Moist One says, according to my research, the Devil's D ranked 28th in the NHL this year.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Devil's D. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He says, against the spread, says the reason why LeBron lays in the ground for so long is because he emotionally suffers because of his shoes. That's right, fellas. He has used BAF to learn Mandarin and Chinese, and now opens his shoes on game night to read the SOS notes written by the sweatshop slaves who make his shoes. Excuse me, I meant voluntold employees.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So glad we don't get political here. Booger Wolf says Licky Lips is just mad because when he wears his purple Lakers jersey, he looks like Barney the dinosaur.
Oh, no. Here we go. Here we go.
Jeff Van Gundy says, thanks, Jeffco. I can't ever stay mad at you and Randy. The King White. Let's see here. Oh, Licky Lips Johnson says, you should quit before you drop dead, you old fart. See, now it's getting better again.
Yeah.
He's coming back around, everybody. Large Marge says, Deep Purple, Highway Star. That smokes anything Dio did with him.
Really?
I'm not
Highway
familiar
Star?
With that. No, I'm familiar with that. Baby Got Deck says, I just wanted to wish my awesome husband, Flying Monkeys, a happy birthday. That man rocks my world. Happy birthday, Flying Monkey. Where's
Flying Monkey?
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Hope your day's booming.
Oh, I missed a bunch of texts early on. Damn it. Let's see here. Got to try and see if Flying Monkey was on here. Navy Devil says Derek Carr is thrilled about A-Rod's makeup line, I bet. Oh, I didn't see any eyeliner, just the foundation.
Just the cover.
Yeah.
Well,
Kyle,
I mean, where there's foundation, there's got to be some eyeliner. Sorry.
Kyle G says there's at least an excuse of a reason for the makeup. There's no reason for robbing the waiter. You're right on that. Lost Toby says, I reduced a tip once because the server thought I was white and talked bleep about me in Spanish because the wrong order was brought back and I sent it back. I left there with a smooth de nada, and I can still see her die inside of 5 years later. Damn. That's one of the reasons I've been trying to learn Spanish, because I'm pretty sure they're talking about me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Navy Brad says, did you guys get a new host, Inigo Montoya? It was Randy replaced.
That's me. No, Inigo Montoya, you killed my father. Now prepare to die.
Prepare. Swave Dave says, come on, Jeffrey. You didn't mention to Randy the title of the Whiskey Griller. Oh, I didn't see that there. He says, Randy,
Whiskey.
Oh, I didn't see that there. Yeah, sorry.
Whisk
Whiskey
away-
Griller.
Yeah, whisk away white whisk.
Could you just stop with that?
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, it's not working, Phil. Sometimes
it just blurts out.
Listen, you're
The
no
whiskey-
Licky Lips Johnson who can tell one good thing and
Oh,
say
yeah,
17 bad things and finally start to come around to a good thing.
Right.
You're no Licky Lips Johnson.
Point.
I'm about 50.
That's a good point. Yeah.
What do you think of Whiskey Griller? That's
I like that, but listen, we need to keep massaging this just a little bit.
Sit down,
I'm still
Phil.
with you.
Sit down, Phil.
I'm still with you on. We've got to make this a barbecue show, but I think we should have segments, a cigar segment, perhaps a cigar whiskey segment.
Box of Screws has got a good idea. Meeting with an A, right? We're having a meeting, but this is meeting with an A. He calls it Grill Masters Meeting. Ooh.
Oh, I thought you were saying A as if it was like
See, but
mating.
that's more of a
Not mating, Phil.
site.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
That's more of a site thing. That
that
wouldn't
would
make
be a
a
remote
lot of
broadcast.
sense. Yeah, that wouldn't make sense across the radio.
We're having a
Yeah.
Grill Masters meeting. Join us at the corner of blah blah blah. We're gonna grill up some good stuff. That's
There we go.
that's what we call the remotes for the Grill
We're
Masters
gonna get
show.
tenderized and
Grill
meaty
Master
on the corner.
meeting. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk some NFL. We promised it. Let's do this thing. All right, so this is interesting. This is interesting because you start to wonder if some contracts could be loaded in a certain way to where this works. So here's what I'm getting at. The salary cap ceiling for 2022, they've already set it at $208.2 million, which is $26 million more than it is for 2021, because right now it's $182.5 million. So with that chunk of money, you could sign somebody to a 3-year contract and say, listen, the first part of the contract, because of the cap, it's going to be this. You're going to get your extra money over here. This actually makes it easier to re-sign some free agents, but it also, I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers' situation. If the Packers come back and say, we're going to restructure your contract, we have the ability to do that because the cap is going up that year. So if you accept this here, that there, everything could be better. Everything could be fine. This is going to help a lot of people.
Let me tell you why this is so great, because now I can announce it. I've been waiting to announce this, and I've been holding it kind of close to the vest. But after doing my research on social media, watching what's going on, I can go ahead and announce this. Because of the new salary cap that's been put in place by the NFL, Julio Jones, welcome to the Arizona Cardinals. Welcome to the Arizona Cardinals, Julio Jones.
would Julio Jones basically do the wimpy? When I say wimpy, I'm not saying he's wimpy. I'm saying the wimpy contract, I'll pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today, which makes Michael Bidwell wimpy in the Popeye, where he's like, I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. And so basically, I'll pay you Tuesday for, Julio Jones.
I don't know the logistics of the name, Jeffrey, but I've been waiting for the announcement of the salary cap, and now that it's happened, welcome to Julio Jones. Welcome to the Arizona Cardinals. We're glad to have you.
I love how hopeful you are, Randy.
Or welcome Aaron Rodgers to the Indianapolis Colts.
Stop it!
We already have a crap ton of cap space. We could absolutely handle another.
The dream is dead. You've already got dead. Carson
Your
Wentz.
dream's dead. Your face is dead.
That's not true.
Your face is dead.
Some people have to go day by day with their dead face, and you're just making fun of them.
No, I'm making fun of your dead face. Dead face.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
Dead face. Jagdog says, Filthy Phil Lakers are an early 7-point favorite tomorrow. Let me guess, Phil. Lakers win by 32?
No. Look, I wasn't boisterous when they lost, and I'm trying to be as tasteful and respectful today as they win.
It ain't working.
So they're going to be winning by like 27, but that's about it.
It's 27. Okay.
Mr. Wilbur says, come on, Jeffrey, you got to love a country song. No, I don't.
No.
He says, how about why don't we get drunk and screw?
Oh,
yeah,
I haven't even met
Jerry
you,
Jeff
Wilbur.
Walker.
I haven't met Jerry Jeff Walker either. So, but I'll pass. How about that? I'll just pass. Jeff Van Gundy says, Phil is like the Ron Artest of the show. A lot of potential early on, but then everybody just comes away with a bad taste in their mouth, hoping he gets suspended from his job for like 11 months.
But you're glad that I'm on your show and not the others.
I don't see Phil running up into the stands to fight anybody. Booger Wolf says, Licky Lips knows all about that D. D's nuts! Napa Bob says, Large Marge has a point about the Highway Star. It's Richie Blackmore that makes the mark about Deep Purple. No matter the lead singer, good observation by Large Marge. That was a very weird moment. Everybody's coming together over classic rock here on the show. By the way, Classic Rock Friday, if you want to get your playlist in for a chance to hear your songs this Friday, it's Blender at 1580thefanatic.com.
Jeffrey, do you think that maybe on a Sunday we could do a music show here on the big flamethrower?
We're not allowed. We can't play long form music on our radio stations, but we could just do a podcast, and we could post it up on the Spotify because that's where a lot of people listen to their music. And if we post up our music podcast to the Spotify under the Daily Blender, it'd be easy for people to find.
All right. Well, we'll have to think about that. It's in development now, ladies and gentlemen. It's Jeffrey and Randy's Classic Rock podcast.
Yep. I think that would be a whole lot of fun. Moist One says, haha, mixed up two jokes. Okay, well, I'll go back and try to figure out what you read there. Fed Fan says, they're doing that golf event on my birthday. Oh, the big event. Where is that? Where's my thing on that? Yeah.
The match. Is it match or
It's the match, and it's Phil Mickelson along with Bryson DeChambeau, and then Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. I think that's a mismatch, having Phil Mickelson and Bryson DeChambeau golf against Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. I feel like they're going to be outclassed in the golf.
No, Jeffrey, that's not the way it works.
No, look, it's right here on my on my piece of paper right here. It shows right there.
You got the two pros, right?
Right.
You got the
two pros versus the two quarterbacks. It's obvious from their own graphic right there.
No. Now, if you look at the graphic, you'll see
sky.
Mickelson and Brady have the same color graphic.
No, look, see Mickelson and DeChambeau versus Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. I'm clearly right.
You see the dotted line that's running up the middle.
Yeah, it's right here by the big time.
No, it's up the middle between the names.
Under returns July 6th. On July 6th.
Between the names below the TNT. You see that?
Where?
There's a dotted line there. Now, if you see Mickelson and Brady, you're just not going to get it on the camera.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way,
that's because
my arm got tired.
Can we appreciate that?
Brady and Phil Mickelson will take on DeChambeau and Rodgers.
Well, they have a much better chance.
By the way, can we appreciate that Aaron Rodgers looks like he has somebody else's arms attached to him in the picture? It looks like it's
I don't know what you're talking
about. And then somebody else is holding a club that's right next to him. Doesn't even look like his
I
arms.
don't know
It
what
just
you're
looks like
talking
he's
about. Aaron-
stoically looking.
He's a
Aaron
golfer.
Rodgers
He
is
golfs
a
out the
golfer. He's a
Phoenix
great
Open.
golfer.
Sure, but those
Yeah.
aren't his arms. Those aren't his arms.
Yeah, they are.
Those are not his
Yes, they
little
are.
tiny hands.
Oh,
He has
please. He's got
humongous
beautiful hands.
He
He's
has-
a wonderful human being, and those are his arms. And
Wait,
hands.
what? He's a wonderful human being.
Oh, yeah. He's in Hawaii right now.
He's a
with his,
beautiful human being.
What is his name? Fiance?
Aaron Rodgers.
No, Aaron Rodgers is there with his.
I don't know what
what's
the
her
guy's
name?
name was.
Yeah,
Who
I
was singing the
forget what it
songs and
is.
stuff with?
Sarah Pansy.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
That's it. Yeah, they're in Hawaii.
Huh. Well, anyways, the salary cap is now $108 million for that next year. That's probably
Julio
pretty much the
Jones?
point we're trying to make.
Welcome to Phoenix, Julio Jones.
I don't think he's coming in.
You're such a negative person, Phil.
I try to be.
Such a negative person.
Where do you think he's going? Indianapolis Colts? I think he has a better chance going there.
Well, we all know where he's not going because of Shannon Sharp. He ain't going to the Dallas Cowboys, that's for sure. All right, guys, that is 2 hours down. We got one to go. Come on back, and we'll attempt to talk some more NFL football. It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Ooh, a fondue set. Ugh, now I need to find a coupon code.
Not anymore, Susan. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout.
Wait, instantly?
It's called shopping smart, not hard. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer for free and let it do the work for you.
Don't mind if I fondue.
Haha, that's kind of cheesy. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve. If you or someone you know needs assistance with benefits, health care and wellness, employment, or housing, visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veterans Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
Thank goodness it seems like the worst is over, but is your business back to pre-COVID numbers? Hi, Bruce Jacobs here to invite you to take advantage of a great opportunity to promote that you are open and ready to serve. With our affordable Open for Business advertising package, you'll only spend hundreds but reach thousands of potential new customers. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com and click on the link for Open for Business package. This offer will not last long. The Open for Business package on 1580 The Fanatic. Now let's all get back to business.
Shane O'Grady here with Life Changer Loan, and you've probably just refinanced into that new low rate. But have you really done the math? Have you really multiplied your monthly mortgage payment times the amount of payments you have left? Ugh. Let that number sink in for a minute. Luckily, there is a better way. Our clients pay off their mortgages in well under 10 years without changing a dime of their spending habit. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031 NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Are you losing sleep over recent market volatility affecting your hard-earned retirement savings? Let's face it, if you're at or near retirement, you can't afford to lose 40% of your nest egg, like so many did in 2008. On one hand, you want safety and guarantee of principal. On the other hand, most people prefer the potential of higher growth by being linked to the market. Now you can have both. Principal protection during market downturns and desirable market-linked growth during upturns. When the market goes up, you go up with it and your gains are locked in. And when the market goes back down, you're guaranteed not to lose. It's that simple. If you like the idea of avoiding market risk but earning more than a CD, call Seiler Wealth Management at 407-831-8002. We'll keep it simple. We'll teach you time-tested, proven strategies to help grow your income and keep your principal safe for retirement. To get started, call Seiler Wealth Management at 407-831-8002 and listen to Money Radio Wednesdays at noon for the Stock Doctor's Prescription Show.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, coming to you live from the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Phil in there pushing the buttons. Got you guys pushing your phone buttons. That's right. It's the Summit Mail Medical Text Line, 888-368-1580. I think I know now why Licky Lips Johnson was coming at me so hard. He's a big, I guess he's a big-time Lakers fan. He says, I tried to be humble. But the way you Suns fans celebrated after winning game one was ridiculous. SMH.
I don't remember celebrating. I remember being jubilant that we won. But I was at the same time very respectful, and I still am respectful. I don't recall any celebratory comments from this radio program.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to come at me that way. I was very reserved, and when I was asked if the Suns were going to kick stomp the Lakers, I was the one saying, I was confident, but I wasn't going to be
Give me a break.
like declaring a blowout or nothing.
Give me a break.
I know a lot of Suns fans did go a little bit nutty, but you're not. You're attacking me right now, so I don't. He says, at least you guys aren't Clippers fans.
Oh yeah,
well,
Clippers
that's
fans are
true.
the worst.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could become one just for you, Licky Lips. Booger Wolf says Licky Lips is actually Phil's real dad.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
Wow. Jeff Van Gundy says, do you think Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady could win that golf tournament if they were allowed to throw the ball instead of drive it with a club?
Yes.
They're both fairly decent golfers, but you're not taking on the pros like that. But if they could throw it overhand, a little golf ball like that'd be a trick. I don't think they'd actually do that.
Have you guys not seen the State Farm commercial where Aaron Rodgers throws the little tiny ball that his little puppy dog is retrieving, and he throws it?
But he has no
completely.
control. It hits a car, sets off the alarm, and then poor Jake from State Farm has to go handle things.
Well, that's because he threw it so far. I think Aaron Rodgers clearly, based upon that commercial, would win the.
No, Aaron Rodgers is a jerk. Why would you throw that ball? First off, that's your dog's ball. Now you've just thrown it so far. The dog's like, you know what? F you, Aaron. I'm just going to lie down here. You're going to get that ball. Second, you send little Jake from State Farm off, likely into a bad Los Angeles neighborhood because you saw the area they were. I'm pretty sure Jake from State Farm probably got the hell beat out of him when he knocked on the door and says, hey, I want to apologize. And he's like, what'd you do to my car? And he's like, oh, my God. Jake from State Farm he's a nice guy. He's a sensitive guy.
Listen, I think that's his job, is to go fix these situations for Aaron Rodgers. So if somebody gets their ass beat, it should be Aaron Rodgers.
Should be. It never will be.
You lay off my quarterback, my future quarterback. You respect that man. You put in
delusion runs deep with Phil.
Yeah, don't you?
Is he talking about that Tookis guy
that
again?
man's name.
Ain't happening. Ain't happening. Large Marge says, well, there is one factor. Can Brady deflate a golf ball?
No.
The minute he does, it's over for everybody.
It's
Large
already
Marge.
dimpled, so you wouldn't really know it.
President Wallet says, no, Jeffrey, the bet was you took the under. I took the over. Now you got to pay $20 to Arizona Sports Angels. I knew there was something like that in there. And so fair enough. I will do just that, President Wallet. I am a man of my word. I've never, ever welched on a bet. So thank you for reminding me. Hey, Phil, will you send me an email reminding me to do just that?
Yes,
I appreciate that. So done deal, President Wallet. Thank you. And congratulations on winning the bet. Thunder Snow says, Jeffrey, did Wilbur just make a pass at you? He does daily. So I don't even notice it anymore. Junk Food Jake says Aaron Rodgers is going to the Las Vegas Raiders, baby.
I don't think so, Junk Food Jake. I don't think so.
I think Aaron Rodgers is going to retire for a year. I think that's the best thing he's going to do because the Packers don't care. Listen, they just although they did do something that did scratch my head a little bit, and they restructured Dean Lowry's contract to free up some cap space. Remember, this happened before they announced what the new cap space would be, but they did free up a couple of $1 million worth of cap space there. So could it be part of them trying to say, here, Aaron, we're sorry. Take this money, please come back. Or is it they're trying to clear cap space because they're trying to bring in another quarterback or wide receiver?
I still maintain that Aaron Rodgers is not angry about his money or his contract. He loves the area of Green Bay, loves the fans. He loves his teammates. He loves to be playing there. He thought he was going to play his whole career there. There's one person, and I thought we discovered it yesterday, one guy involved that can make all of this go away. And I think you're exactly right, Jeffco. I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to retire, much like what Carson Palmer did. Remember, he retired, and then he came to the Arizona Cardinals.
Yep. Yeah, I don't foresee another way. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be in a Packers uniform ever again. I could be very.
He's going to
wrong.
retire. He's going to retire, like Jeffrey said. And I have a feeling after this season, he will be in a San Francisco 49ers jersey.
Lord help.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they just drafted that kid who, by the way, is looking really good all this and stuff. Hefty Lefty says Fitzgerald, Julio, Green, D-Hop. Damn, this team would have been unstoppable back in 2015.
He's not wrong.
I hear you talking.
Napa Bob says Jake from State Farm is cooler than Flo from Progressive, or that lame Geico gecko lizard thing.
Yeah.
It's weird though, because Jake from State Farm, the new one, I feel bad for the old guy. It's like he didn't do anything, hurt nobody, and suddenly they just recast him. And then this guy is he is buff, he is a better actor, but he seems a little soft to me. You know what I mean? I feel like Jake from State Farm should be a little more badass.
So would you want somebody that your client just ruined your car and you have this badass insurance guy coming up taking advantage of you? Is that what you want, Jeffco?
No, here's what I want. Jake from State Farm. Hi, hey, sorry. And he gets beat up. I want a guy who's like, hey, Aaron Rodgers just hurt your car. And then the guy's like, okay, that's cool. We're going to cut you a check. And that's it. You know, I don't want somebody beating up the poor insurance
What if it's
guy.
a check that you don't want, though? What if it's below the price of your settlement?
I'll see your ass in court. That's it. I mean, it doesn't mean he's violent. I don't mean that the badass insurance guy is going to beat people up or intimidate them, but he also is not going to take any crap. Somebody comes screaming out in a bad neighborhood and want to beat you up because Aaron Rodgers threw a little racquetball at you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want an insurance guy who can handle himself in those tough situations.
So you want somebody that can handle themselves?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, come on.
Are you trying to make me an insurance agent? Is that what you're trying to do? Is you're trying to persuade me to?
Problem is, all you do is handle yourself. You got to be able to also handle others. 888-368-1580. Moist One says, oh, I bet Flo from Progressive is the freak in the sheets. Hefty Lefty says, Randy, I wasn't ripping on the current Cardinals. I mean, Julio would be an incredible signing if they get him. Jeff Van Gundy says, why is Phil laughing at the Cardinals receiver joke? His top receiver tore his own knee up in last year's training camp just to avoid having to play with Drew Lock.
Oh, please.
Oh, boy.
We have a tremendous wide receiver core. Unfortunately, we just don't have a quarterback.
Oh, no, that's the cheerleaders. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you just rip one?
Kiss the Cook, always. Kiss the Cook says, Jake from State Farm featuring Samuel L. Jackson. Now you're talking. I want to see like Samuel L. Jackson or no, that's it. I just want to see him. I want to see him in like everything. The Jet says the guy that can handle himself is from Allstate. Yeah. Oh, the guy who used to play president on 24. Allstate.
You're in good.
Hey, whatever happened to him? You don't see him anymore.
He's unemployed.
Yeah. He's working on Allstate.
Yeah. That Jake just cut him out. I think somebody's going to get asked.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Let's see here. Junk Food Jake says the Limu Emu is 100% better than Jake from State Farm.
What?
I want to tell you something that you need to know. That emu is computer generated. That is not a real emu. It is absolutely just like, oh, by the way, Geico Gecko, also computer generated.
No.
Can't believe that.
I wish I could tell you Phil is computer generated, but we have erased him a long time ago. So freed up some drive space for something else. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I'm more RAM driven.
So what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, right. So the Packers have created some cap space. So if not for Aaron Rodgers, if not for Julio Jones, I think if they get Julio Jones and then fire the hell out of that GM, Aaron Rodgers will play this year. What do you say to that?
I say 100% correct. Even if they don't get a wide receiver, if they fire the GM, Aaron Rodgers will come back.
Ditto.
So Teddy Bruschi was yappering the other day. He says he thinks what you should really do is trade Jordan Love for Julio Jones. And that way, it's a gesture to Aaron Rodgers saying, sorry, we drafted a quarterback before you were the MVP. And, then you get Julio Jones, which is getting players that Aaron Rodgers can work with. Because that's what Aaron Rodgers said the other day. He said, it's about the people. It's about understanding how things work. And it was all directed at, I want that GM gone. So do these things. And then the owner fires that guy right after it's over for the win.
I do think that that's probably a serviceable way. I like that's outside the box thinking. I don't know if they would fire the GM. I think that the Packers could potentially look for a solution that doesn't involve anything really, because otherwise the precedent you set really is really hard to work through and puts a lot of power in Aaron Rodgers' camp. But that Jordan Love for Julio Jones, that's enticing.
No, it's not about the trade. It's not about Julio Jones, and it's not about Jordan Love. It's about getting rid of that GM. And even if you trade Jordan Love for Julio Jones, Aaron Rodgers is still not coming back to the Packers. We're missing the narrative he's putting out there very clearly. The narrative is, I don't like the GM. He traded away some of the guys that I liked on the team that we were successful with. He keeps monkeying around with this team, and I have to do everything I can to try to make this team win, and we can't win with the current roster. Even when I win the MVP, this team is not a Super Bowl caliber team. So get rid of this, what's his name, Goody Kuntz or Moose Claw, whatever the hell his name is. Get him out of there. I'll come back, and we'll get this thing working in the right direction.
Tell you what, I don't know what that GM has that is so special that the people in charge above him are allowing this to continue the way it has. 888-368-1580. So the Falcons are mad at Julio Jones for the things that Julio Jones has said. The main one was where he's like, that's it, I'm out of here, I'm gone. Well, that has sort of lowered his value as a trade prospect. So now the Falcons won't be able to get as much for it. They'll still get good stuff for him because the teams are in competition with each other. But the Falcons could have asked for a whole lot more had Julio Jones kept his mouth shut. The other part of that is Falcons could have got a second-round pick for Julio Jones before the draft if they had worked on that. And now they won't get anything close to that kind of value.
Well, rumor mill is that they're looking desperately for a first rounder, and I just don't see how they could possibly get it.
You got a second round pick for Mohamed Sanu. So some idiot out there overspent. You're expecting that a first for Julio. Is he worth a first? I don't think so.
It depends on where you are. If you're the Chiefs or Tampa Bay, maybe where it's so late that it's worth a near second round pick, somewhere like that. But if you're talking, I don't know, like Lions or somewhere like even the Chargers, where it's the middle of the round pick, heck no.
Randy, what do you think?
Well, if I'm the Arizona Cardinals, I'm going to do whatever I can to get Julio Jones on this roster. That just kind of solidified. Hell yeah, I'd give up a first round. Are you kidding me? You give me Julio Jones, and I've got D-Hop and Julio Jones, and I've got the receiving core that I have right now, plus some young people. Give me a break. This team is going to be a contender for the West all the next several years in a row. So I have no problem with that.
You didn't even give up a first rounder for DeAndre Hopkins. That's
good
crazy.
Point. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Because we ripped off the chin dimple.
Crack. Yeah. There's no way you can really compare those two things. The Colts would take Julio Jones, got the money to pay the man. And, our draft picks are later anyways because the team is good. So I think a first round pick for Julio Jones wouldn't hurt the Colts. They've got it to give.
Yeah, Jeffrey, the byline comes out. Julio Jones goes to the Indianapolis Colts for the future first round pick. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you mad?
I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it.
I'm okay. Here's why. And I've said this before, and people got to be getting sick of it. Chris Ballard, the GM of the Indianapolis Colts, damn good at what he does. If he decides that's the right move, I know whatever he does in the draft in the second, third, fourth, and fifth rounds, wherever we have picks, it's money in the bank. I ain't worried about it. I am not worried about it. If he decides that's the right thing to do, then by God, I support it. Let's see. Booger Wolf says you could rip a major fart in a Bronco cheerleader's face and they won't even flinch. That's just a weird thing to say, Booger Wolf.
Yeah, besides, that's how pink eye gets started.
That's true. Yeah, those cheerleaders already ugly enough. They don't need pink eye to make it worse.
Yeah.
Boogie says Schrock would whoop that emu's ass. Oh, yeah, you're correct. That's the thing you need. You need a kangaroo that's selling insurance. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Happy Lefty says Gutenkoots must have pictures of every Packers owner eating cheese curds on the toilet naked. And considering the amount of owners the Packers, that's a lot of nudes right there. Y'all, they're owned by the people, yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I liked Mayhem from Allstate. That was a great costume for Halloween, too. Did anybody get it? Because that's just a guy who's got a beat up face. If you just show up in a suit and a beat up face, did people get that?
Yeah.
Moist One says, don't forget Bernhard Sikovitz at tight end, Randy. Bernhard Sikovitz.
Not sure. Right now, at the end of the first, Atlanta Hawks are leading 27-20 over the New York Knicks.
I think Moist One's trying to make me Mo from The Simpsons answering the phone. Looking for Amanda Higginkiss? Amanda Hugginkiss? Amanda, lady by the name of Hugginkiss. First name Amanda. I need Amanda Hugginkiss. Oh, Bart. Oh, Bart.
Listen, you little.
Junk Food Jake says it's got to be a first round pick for Julio. I don't think the Falcons will give him up for anything less than a first round pick.
I don't think that they're going to be able to not get rid of him by this point. I think they'll have to take whatever they can get.
Why?
Oh, because Julio Jones has said he's out of there. There's a bunch of public demands.
Oh,
and
is he a free agent?
No, he's not. But hold on.
Well, why are we treating him different than Aaron Rodgers then?
Because of his.
I know where you're going with this, Jeff. Go.
Because of his cap hit. The fact that his contract on the books for that team is so overmatched for what they're going to be getting, especially for what he provides you, and the fact that you already have Calvin Ridley on the team.
See you in training camp, Julio. See you in training camp. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, more NFL stuff. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve to make sure that there are no barriers to the benefits and services earned through service to our country. Find out how we can assist you in Arizona. Visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And after hearing about all the success these other guys have had here at the radio station with Valley Medical Weight Loss, I finally joined in. And man, am I glad I did. I'm already seeing results. What's great about Valley Medical Weight Loss is how easy they make it to lose weight at any one of their 3 Valley locations. And they help you customize a plan that works for your lifestyle and, more importantly, your wallet. Get with them today and see what program works best for you. Mention Fanatic. You'll get your first week free. Check them out at valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Free speech is priceless. It is now 13 years since Summit Male Medical started helping men overcome the effects of erectile dysfunction, premature issues, and low testosterone. And the only way we could help was to be able to get the message out that we could help. Thank you, free speech. We've had to deal with these sensitive topics and inform the public that we can help and we guarantee to help with ED, or we won't charge you. These are issues that break apart relationships and then in turn families. And without freedom of speech, we would have not been able to help the tens and tens of thousands of guys here at Summit Male Medical. If you're one of the millions that still need help with ED, PE, or low T, call 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. Free speech. Ideas and information are not to be afraid of, but they should be discussed openly. So make that call to Summit Medical to start that discussion to get you the help you need. 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. We are here to help.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
The Tampa Bay Bucks, Super Bowl 55 champions.
Super Bowl 55 is in the history books, but we are kicking up our feet and waiting. The 2021 season has begun. And there's already been a lot of action because the NFL never takes a nap. Free agency, pro days, hirings and firings, the draft, training camp, and more. We will keep you in the know with all the news, insights, and analysis. Football is always in season here. Your exclusive home to the NFL at Super Bowl 56, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Sunday, we got the Indy 500 at 8 a.m., the Coca-Cola 600 at 2 p.m., and, of course, all the whiskey you can drink at 7 p.m. All righty. We'll hear more about what goes on in those races with the race set with Randy White at 6 p.m. on Friday here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Is this the one where they insert catheters in order to pee during the laps?
No.
No. That sounds like a great idea for like all the time. So Moist One, I have to apologize to. I have to apologize to Moist One. It turns out I forgot about how the Arizona Cardinals signed Austrian tight end Bernhard Siekovits from the NFL's International Player Pathway Program. That's actually a real guy. He says, I am not that immature, Jeffrey. Have you ever tried poutine? Poutine, thank you. My name is Bernhard Siekovits. I have to tell you, the whole thing we're playing in Europe. I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. Hefty Lefty says Broncos trade Sutton and a first and second rounder for Julio and Matt Ryan.
Oh, okay. Well,
Now you got his attention.
I know. I was so against this. Now, hold on. Reread it. Reread it for me.
Broncos trade Sutton and a first and second rounder for Julio and Ryan.
I don't think I'd do that. Only because if it were only the second rounder, I'd of course do that. But here's the key. Matt Ryan plays in a dome. Anytime you've seen him in the playoffs where he's not in that home sweet dome, he doesn't play up to snuff.
Or he could practice and get better at it playing for the Broncos.
It's stop it. Stop it right now. No,
he could actually practice outside.
Just saying.
His arm strength would be the key issue.
Well, I like your idea, Hefty. And remember, Hefty Lefty is also a Broncos fan.
No, that wasn't a bad one. That wasn't insulting whatsoever. Way to go.
Well, as far as Julio Jones goes, whether it's the 49ers, the Colts, or the Chargers, the one team he always spends a little bit of time on is the IR. So enjoy it. 888-368-1580. Antonio Brown is now officially clear of his physical. He's now once again a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. They signed the contract, and all is well with Bruce Arians and Tom Brady's Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And now they can start their flight to go back to Buck.
So is there any real chance they'll go back to Buck? I don't know. I mean, part of me says that was already sort of a aged team, and it was a miracle they got through the season without too many serious injuries in some of these elderly players. It reminds me a little bit of the Arizona Cardinals in a way, but they made it. They got everybody back that was there last year. What are you thinking are the actual chances for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to, I'm not going to say repeat the Super Bowl, but repeat the regular season to get a strong run at the playoffs?
I think that if you look at where they were last season, they started out a little bit murky, and through that they did have to meander.
But that's more because Tom Brady had just shown up.
Sure.
He stumbled into somebody's house going, "You got the playbook?" And he's like, "Get the hell out of here!" Oh wait, you're Tom Brady.
But they
they gelled together. So now starting the season, they will have in person. In fact, they're doing it right. Tom Brady's like, I don't care what the NFLPA is doing. Forget about the OTAs. Let's all get together in a field and we're going to have some fun and we're going to start working out.
But keep in mind, during last year, the reason why they originally brought Antonio Brown in the first place was because they were decimated by injuries. So it kind of depends on when you get hit by because you're going to get hit by the injury bug. It's just a matter of when, not if. If you can avoid it to where it's at pivotal times where maybe you're jockeying for playoff positioning, maybe you're actually in the playoffs and you're trying not to lose a game because, I don't know, Mike Evans has a hamstring tear and then he just needs a game off, but it's in the first round of the playoffs. Whatever it may be, this team on paper certainly seems to be, from top to bottom, the most talented team on both sides of the ball.
Better than the team that won the Super Bowl.
Possibly, because a lot of those players were young. If you look at Ali Marpet being on the offensive line, he was a rookie, and now he'll have a year of seasoning. Maybe not start off so inexperienced. We look at Devin White. He's just a tremendous linebacker playing for a contract on his part, so he'll be gearing up and ready to go. And he's still young. A lot of these players are looking to be far more experienced than they were even this time a year ago. They now know how to win. It's a tremendous team on paper. I think the biggest worry about it is just injury.
So according to CBS Sports, here's the 2022 Super Bowl odds as it stands right now. The Chiefs are plus 525, Bucks 650, Bills 1,300, Ravens 1,400, Rams 1,400, 49ers 1,400, Packers 1,600. I won't go on. Colts are at 2,500. Broncos are at 2,000, which is kind of odd to me that the Broncos would have better odds of winning the Super Bowl than the Colts. I don't know how they arrived at that. And the Cardinals are at plus 4,000, but it's at least Las Vegas is saying that the Bucks are a good favorite, a good odd to repeat.
You know what I should do? I should just get $100 and put it down on the Broncos to win the Super Bowl. And here's why. If I believe, which I do, that they will get Aaron Rodgers come around June, they trade for him and they're able to successfully. Yeah, right there.
Do it.
2,000 right there.
Do it. No, I just want to see you lose $100.
Oh my God.
Do it. Just do it. Baker's Cocky Hen says, 3-way trade, huh? Well, we know Phil likes those. Tim Tebow and Julio Jones to Denver. Denver gives up their whole draft like Ditka did for Ricky Williams to Jacksonville. Atlanta gives up Julio and gets Jacksonville's number 1 and 4 next season. I'm going 2021 mock draft style with bullcrap ideas and trades. Woo!
But no, she never said what are they trading for?
This is Baker Cocky Hens. That's a guy.
I didn't misspeak.
Yeah, you said she.
I didn't misspeak.
Bugger Wolf says a Broncos cheerleader can wedge 2 Vienna sausages in between their gap tooth. And then he calls you a bum. Moist one, I can't read that. 888-368-1580. So, all right, Tim Tebow is in the NFL again, inexplicably. And they're selling his jersey, number 85. And to make matters worse, it is now the top 5 most sold NFL shop apparel after he signed up. Top 5. Is everybody buying a Tim Tebow jersey to be ironic and funny? Because why would you buy that?
Well, keep in mind, he's number 1 in all the genres. He's number 1 in men's apparel, women's apparel, baby apparel. I think there's dog apparel there too that he's on top of the world on. It's insane.
Somebody help me make sense of this. Why is this happening, Randy? Why? Why Tim Tebow?
Boy, I don't know. I can only imagine, like you're speculating that this is just irony playing out before our very eyes. I can't explain it. I don't know why people would want to do that.
Would you drop $100 on some irony? I don't think I would.
Hell no.
I don't think I would. So I just don't know how this is even possible. That Tim Tebow at number 85 is selling out like that. Crazy.
The only thing I could think of is these people think these are going to be collector's items of some sort, and they're going to pay $100 and they're going to get a huge return on them. That's the only thing I can think.
Watch him not make the team, and the whole ploy was just to get people to buy jerseys, and that's how they're going to make money. And then they're like, bye, and people are going to be with their jerseys. Son of a bitch.
Well, if he's a top 5 jersey selling, all they had to do was sign him to a minimum contract of just under $1 million. Yeah,
it was all about the jersey. 888-368-1580. So this is going to be something special. If Frank Gore actually gets himself on a roster again this year, and I got no reason to believe he won't. He's a journeyman. He gets the job done. I'd say any team is better off with Frank Gore, even if it's in a supporting position. But he's 38, and he can do some incredible things if he gets to play another year. And his career has been remarkable as it is. No running back has ever recorded a carry at the age of 38. So since the records were being kept accurately back in 1950, there have been three fullbacks to record a carry at
37.
Lorenzo Neal, Fred McAfee, and Tony Richardson, but none have ever logged over 5 carries. No, they've gotten a couple of carries at the age of 38. Nobody's done over 5. So if Frank Gore carries over 5, like he gets 6 carries at the age of 38, bam, he's got the record. He could beat that single, that mark right there in just one game if they give him a chance. He had 187 carries last season at the age of 37. So, the most rushing yards for a running back or a fullback for a player that's 38 or older is Richardson, who had 5 carries, 13 yards. I'm telling you, Frank Gore is going to shatter those records.
So, do you want him on the Colts?
Yeah, sure, I take him.
No,
I would. Listen, we do running back by committee anyways. You throw him in there for a couple of good runs and let him go. The people who should sign him and let him achieve this should be the 49ers. 49ers is where, he had, his early and most success, right? I mean, you people think of Frank Gore, you're thinking 49ers. Now, I think Frank Gore, I think Colts. That's just me. But in general, most people do think 49ers, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, come on, 49ers. Sign up Frank Gore. Let him break that record as a 49er. And, the worst thing that happens, you've got a great backup running back and somebody who can contribute to your committee. Who are the other running backs on the 49ers?
Oh, my goodness. They have like 7 of them because remember, they keep getting injured and they even drafted one in this offseason and in the draft. They've got about 7 of them. I believe.
All right, let's drop one of those losers and bring in Frank Gore. Come on.
What about this? What if he were to go all the way down to the land of Gardner Minshew and he were to go to Jacksonville? They have 2 young running backs right now. Jerome Robinson, of course, James Robinson being the undrafted phenom last year, who a lot of people wanted the starting job to all by himself. And then, of course, Travis Etienne, who has yet to take a running back snap in rookie mini camps. He was drafted at the end stages of the first round. If Frank Gore were to go down to Jacksonville and tutor these young pups, go over there and show them the ropes, he would never see the field because there's already 2 of them, but he could give them invaluable lessons.
What he needs is a Super Bowl. That's what Frank Gore needs. He ain't going to get it hanging around with teams like the Jets, Frank. So, maybe not Jacksonville either. But somebody who is actually a contender. Got to give this guy a chance. Junk Food Jake agrees. Frank the Tank. That guy deserves it all. That's the toughest son of a gun right there in the NFL. Lunchbox player.
You know what? Even the Arizona Cardinals, I don't know how Randy feels about Frank Gore, but I think the Arizona Cardinals could use him. Right now, they've got the running back situation up with Chase Edmonds and, of course, the newly signed guy from the Steelers, James Conner. Both of those guys are prone to being injury, or maybe they just need another back up there. I think Frank Gore could provide some boom.
We've got one guy named Eno Benjamin that's sitting back there in the number 3 spot. And I think he could come up and do some damage at the NFL level. I watched him at ASU. He could be a quality back, but I wouldn't have a problem with Frank Gore coming to my Arizona Cardinals and being a part of that running back team right there. Absolutely. Give me the lunchbox player and put him in and let him gain some yards, especially on third down, short down, second and short or third and short. Yeah, bring him in. Let's put him to work.
Sidley Wabbit says Tim Tebow's Speedo for Phil. Yeah, he'd wear one.
Wow.
Hefty Lefty says, those Florida Christians take care of their own. Oh, they love them some Timmy Tebow. Fed Fan says, go Tim Tebow. Go Tim Tebow. Prove the doubters wrong. Moist One says, Tebow jerseys are probably selling like hotcakes in the Philippines. Baker's Cocky Hen says, isn't it pathetic that Phil Rivers can play through football through a torn ACL, but poor LeBron sits his ass down with a sore ankle and shoulder?
Yeah, two different complete physical specimens.
No, Phil, he's
Really?
right.
No, he's not.
He's absolutely right.
No, he's not.
completely right. You know it.
No, he's not. I don't know.
If
that.
he's right and you know it, clap your hands.
No claps.
There's a mic.
Sloppy. Just sloppy.
Jeffrey says, Bruno Baller, what do you think about Eric Dickerson? Do you consider him more of a Ram or a Colt? Boy, you know what? He is more known as a Colt.
Ram.
I mean, as a Ram. But yeah, I appreciate him as a Colt. But yeah, everybody remembers him as a Ram. Although he might, he's not been too happy with the Rams organization himself. He might be like, I'm out. I'm a Colt now. Napa Bob says the reason about Tim Tebow is because he's got that clean image, no criminal baggage, and he professes Christianity, which rubbishes many in the media. Okay.
Rubbishes or rubs?
He says it said rubbishes, so I guess I'm sure it rubs wrong.
Is that in the same garden as radishes?
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think so.
Fighting Wampa says, did I just hear Phil say he has the clap? Hey, I got it right. Fighting Wampa, for Phil to get the clap.
Oh, stop it.
What? You didn't even let me finish the sentence.
Continue.
He'd have to be a dirty, dirty whore. And a new texter on the text line. 2654 says Tebow sells because many Gator fans and of course, yes, the Christian affiliation.
Well, yeah, I could see the Gator fan. Absolutely. What was I thinking?
Fed fan says, Phil, how many PEDs is your love crush the baby on?
None. He's on that Wakanda vibranium.
Wakanda vibranium.
That's got to be a violation.
Wow.
That's got to be a violation.
Wakanda vibranium?
I'd like to get me some of that.
Wakanda forever, baby.
Where do I get that?
Randy, why are you playing that music? Wakanda vibranium is it's from the Marvel universe. It's a comic book kind of thing.
Sure it is. It's Wakanda vibranium.
It's out of this world, Jeff.
Oh no, it's not like a vibrator. It's
if
just
I
like
had
a
some of
special
that,
metal. And
boy, would Miss Kim and I have an amazing Wednesday night. That's all I have to say. Wakanda vibranium? Are you kidding me? Wow.
Now I got that image in my head. Thanks.
About Randy and Miss Kim?
Baker's Cocky Hen says, did you say Eric? Okay, I can't read that. That's dirty. Why would you make a joke like that about Eric Dickerson? Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle G says, the problem for Frank Gore is the same problem that'll get Tebow cut. Only 53 roster spots, and those spots have to go to the 53 best valued players.
Yeah, even at
some team out there could use a Frank Gore. Come on.
Oh, sure. But for the Tebow point, he's not even a part of the 72 man best rosters. Yeah.
He won't even see preseason
action. He shouldn't be there in the first place.
Hefty Lefty says, I just left the gym and then I saw this guy. Look at that. Yeah, he wants to race. No. Not in the gym. This is it's a dog picture where it looks like the dog is driving. I love those pictures. Junk Food Jake says, preach it, Phil. Wakanda forever.
Amen.
Moist One says, Tebow is huge in the Virgin community too. I just ordered my jersey. Okay. We got to take a break. We come back. We've got on this date in Big George's sports history and big old wheel of sports too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Does learning a language feel like this?
No habla español?
Hablo.
It's hablo?
Yes.
It's hablo.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
Since my husband is from Guatemala, I'll apply what I've learned in Babbel to our real life situations.
The app is so easy to use and it's so practical. It helps you learn things that you will actually need.
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at babbel.com. That's babbel.com, BABBEL.com.
Contractors need bonds, and the professionals at Constructors Bonding have been Arizona's leading surety management team for 40 years. We don't just deliver bonds, we make your bonding better. As the #1 producer with 14 markets, Constructors Bonding has the relationships and expertise to get you better capacity, better rates, and better terms. For better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929. Or visit cbialliance.com.
All across the nation, we are here for our communities.
We're doing our part to get supplies where it's needed in order to fight COVID-19 together.
It feels good to be out there to assist our community.
I would like our friends and family to know that your National Guardsmen are always ready and always there.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
There's a time to be fearful and a time to be calm. A time to be aggressive and a time to be conservative, especially when it comes to investing. You've heard the phrase, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, president of Compact Asset Management. At Compact, we strive to provide you with the tools and experience it takes to be in the right place at the right time to grow and protect your hard-earned money. Call pound 250 on the cell phone and say, talk to Mo, and let's check your goals together. You'll get a free portfolio review and risk analysis, and we'll focus on your investment strategies. Call pound 250 on your cell phone and say, talk to Mo, or visit us online at compact.com. That's COMPAK.com.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
Shane O'Grady here with Life Changer Loan, and you've probably just refinanced into that new low rate. But have you really done the math? Have you really multiplied your monthly mortgage payment times the amount of payments you have left? Ugh. Let that number sink in for a minute. Luckily, there is a better way. Our clients pay off their mortgages in well under 10 years without changing a dime of their spending habit. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. So, wow. Dolan for the Knicks takes a lot of heat. A lot of people want him fired. Well, you can't fire the owner. He wants him to sell the team, yada, yada, yada. He can be very petty when dealing with people who rise up against him.
Remember Oakley.
Well, the pettiness of the man has just gone to a new level at the this is Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden.
Everybody got handed a piece of paper, and on the piece of paper it says tonight's chant is, and it says Trey is balding. So here's what it says. At only 22 years old, Trey's hair is thinning at an alarmingly fast pace, and he has a bald spot forming on the crown of his head. This will be a much more effective chant to take advantage of home court and throw Trey off his game. So they want to yell, Trey is balding during the game. Dolan, that is some dirty pool. You savage beast.
I love it. I love it. Trey is balding.
Man, you know what, though? Dolan, you shouldn't be doing this. If you can't take it, you shouldn't dish it out.
Oh, absolutely not.
What a douchebag he is. But it's
still a little funny.
It's
still a little funny.
There it is in the arena right there. The girl holding up this piece of paper, like she couldn't believe it. She's like, that's just crazy. That is crazy. 888-368-1580. Listen, Randy, we're going to do, where did I put it? Oh, damn. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay. All right. Standing by.
Pause the show.
All right. The show is now paused.
Pause the show, Phil, not sing. Stop doo-dooing. I got it. Unpause the show now.
All right. Here we go. The show is now unpaused.
So after I do on this date in Big Georgia sports history, it's nothing but Wheel of Sports. Whoa. We're going to do almost an entire segment of Wheel of Sports. That's how much stuff is on the wheel right now.
Can I put some lotion on my back and just run up at the wheel and stick on it like a big sticky note?
Why don't you go home? Why don't you just go home and do that? We don't need to see anybody doing that here.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's disturbing and makes me very, very unhappy. All right. So, are you ready? Let's do this. On this date in Big Georgia's sports history. Back to the year 1991, Rick Mears, a.k.a. Rocket Rick, a one-time off-road racer from Jupiter, Florida, where the rub and tugs are. Won his fourth Indianapolis 500, tying the record of A.J. Foyt and Al Unser Sr., when he made a daring wide turn and won to move past Michael Andretti 12 laps from the finish and held on for a 3-second victory. Back to me, Jeffrey.
Yeah, it's true. I watched that race happen. Rick was driving the Pennzoil car. And listen, I love Rick Mears. He is a racer through and through. And congratulations to him on this date in Big Georgia sports history.
So Rick Mears, his other Indy 500 victories, do you remember when they were?
Oh, I do, but I can't give you the
I bet one was on a Sunday.
79, 84, and 88. And now he works as a consultant for Penske Racing Team, which is the same team that he won all his races with.
And for the first time ever, he had never been into the Indianapolis Hall of Fame there that they have at the track there in Indianapolis, and saw his 4 winning cars on display, the Rick Mears display. First time ever. Did that this past week.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Bruce Jacobs this morning kept saying to yell that he's got ugly hair. Dolan is a douche, but he did learn how to insult somebody pretty easily right there, didn't he? Jeffrey says, Fed fan, look at my earlier text about Trey Young. Let me scroll up. Scroll up.
Do we need to pause the show?
Trey Young is this decade's Reggie Miller to Knicks fans, Spike Lee.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Chief Skulls Burner says, Randy, I'm appreciating your Diamondbacks hat there today. Great show, guys.
Thank you.
And
Thank
Phil.
you.
And
Appreciate
Phil, too,
it.
I guess.
Oh, my Lord.
All right. So are we ready to do this? This is going to be a hell of a wheel of sports. Are you ready?
All right.
Get the lotion.
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's go.
Spin the wheel, Randy.
Slather it off my naked back.
No.
I already knew this was going to happen. I'll be honest, thought it already had happened, but Adam Vinatieri has retired from football.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was injured
right.
last year. He was kept trying. He's like, well, I'm still going to try to work through this injury and stuff. And he says, yeah, every time I go up there and push it pushed back a little bit. So there you go, writing on the wall. It is time to retire. So congratulations on being the all-time leader in points, field goals, extra points, and for also being the first player to ever pull off the Papa Smurf look. Adam Vinatieri, great career as an Indianapolis Colt, and as a cheating patriot.
Yeah, bona fide first ballot Hall of Famer, I'd say. As a
Absolutely.
kicker. As a kicker.
Him and Morton Anderson, and that's it.
Wow.
All right, Randy, spin the wheel. Phil Rivers made his debut as a high school football coach.
Did he?
Yeah,
How'd that
and
go?
I don't know. He shows up in Alabama there, and now he's their coach. He's out there doing his thing. They haven't played a game yet.
Has he been recruiting? Has he been in the junior high circuit just scouting?
No, I don't know how that works. I don't think they're scouting. I think whoever shows up, that's what you got to work with.
Did he pace the sidelines? And did he have a whistle?
He did have the big tall hat and the windbreaker on and the whistle.
And the bolo tie.
So he's all, but there's no bolo tie. No.
He always
he only wears the bolo ties during the press conferences.
Yeah, that's fancy stuff. This was this was just practice and getting coached up and getting ready to go there. So Phil Rivers is now a high school football coach, just like he said he wanted to be. So good on him for living the dream. And
congratulations.
Thanks for the playoff run, Phil.
Absolutely.
Spin the wheel, Randy. So everybody's very upset about the fact that Japan is still trying to have themselves an Olympics. In fact, the major Japan newspaper has come out today and said, we really should not do this. Let's cancel these Olympics. Now, I don't know. Well, mostly because I don't read or speak Japanese. I don't know what the reasoning is. Is it because COVID is happening and there's still a lot of cases?
Yes.
I mean,
it is a hot spot for COVID right now in Japan, and many people are calling for the Olympics to be held off. And yet the Olympic Committee, in their ignorance, is wanting to forge ahead and do this Olympics. So
I have a question about this, though.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jeffrey O'Brien.
Thank you, Jeffrey O'Brien, 1580 Fanatic here.
I know who you are.
So the COVID is running rampant through the Japan, right? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes,
that is correct. Here in the United States, we've whooped it a long time ago. So if it's going, did we close the borders to the Japanese? Have we shut off the Japanese from coming to our country?
I don't know anything about international
running
travel.
rapid?
Here's the thing, Jeffrey.
Seems like we had an entire year to get this thing figured out, and now the Japanese, the major newspaper, wants to shut down the Olympics again. And it's a battle between Japan and the Olympic Committee. I have a feeling, I just have a sense that Japan's going to say thanks, but no thanks. No, thank you.
Yeah, well, if the country is still ravaged by COVID, well, then yes, they should shut it down, and countries should not send their people to go participate in these games.
Agreed.
Seems like a dangerous
Agreed.
situation for everybody. Plus, trying to figure out how to put on an Olympics with nobody watching, nobody there. Where's all the money going to be made? And it's going to be an absolute disaster. Okay, I didn't know if it was because they were trying to last minute organize and construct things, if it was the COVID situation, but all right. So yeah, 2% says Fighting Wampa of the Japanese population is vaccinated. That's it. It's a very, very low number. So they're not even close to ready to have anything like that happen. So
correct. Yeah. But they've already got the venues up and ready to go. The problem is the COVID outbreak there has just been horrendous. So
all right. Well, I guess that makes a whole lot more sense because I don't know. I mean, we have it all perfectly figured out here. Nobody is getting COVID anymore. Nobody's dying of COVID in the United States. Everything's great. So we just take off our masks and just do whatever the hell we want. Congratulations. We did it, America.
We can all make out now. Come in for a nice big hug.
Phil, no, you just stay in your little room. Nobody's making out with you.
But it's for a celebration.
No, I know.
It's celebratory.
I don't care if we just won World War III. You're not to leave that room.
No.
You're not to leave that room ever.
Stand your ground, Phil. Yeah,
stay in there. Spin the wheel, Randy, quickly.
Can't wait for Josh to get here.
So, Fed fan, you'll find this interesting, and Randy, you also, because the U.S. Open, I guess, is going to use Hawkeye line calling technology on all their tennis courts for the first time, and so during the tournament.
Why am I going to find this interesting?
This is the same kind of technology as what's used for the robo umps, for calling strikes and stuff.
Yeah.
So this is interesting, and I want to know what FedFan thinks of this. How many arguments have you seen where it's like it's out? No, it's in. It's out. But if you have, this is probably a little easier to do than robo umping for baseball because you got the little laser thing. If it hits the line, it doesn't hit the line. It's a 1 or a 0. There's no speculation. There's no adjustment of height for a batter's box and stuff like that. This is very binary. So I'm just curious what FedFan thinks of the robotic line calling in tennis.
Yeah, well, I think it'll work better in tennis. There have been some challenges baseball in all of their testing. Apparently, the Hawkeye system can't be accurate on low pitches, low in the strike zone. So there's a problem there. But other than that, I think it's a very accurate system, and it should work well for tennis. And, Angel Hernandez could just be moved to third base where nothing really happens rarely.
They should have put him on an ice sheet and pushed it off years ago. King of Kitten says, wait, no, Arizona reports 656 new COVID cases, 19
what?
7 deaths on Wednesday.
No,
15 people died the other day, and almost every day people are still getting sick from COVID. Really?
Nah, that can't be true.
Well, when Doug Ducey is on with Bruce Jacobs next June 1st, you should bring that up because we're under the impression that everything's A-okay now.
Oh yeah, everything's open up, no masks needed.
The all clear has been given by the state of Arizona, led by Governor Doug Ducey. So it's over. Hooray!
Do you think the governor will make out with me?
Absolutely not.
No,
absolutely not.
Pretty sure.
I mean, we're pretty safe.
You might
I think
about
if you
it.
try to get close to the governor, they'll probably shoot you.
Yeah. They might shoot you just for good measure. I wouldn't come in that day.
Yeah.
FedFan says Djokovic will have no one to hit this year. I think it's a good thing. Players love the Hawkeye line calling technology.
They love it.
Horgon says, hi, guys. Haven't said hi in a while. Still listening, though. Hey, Horgon. Good to hear from you. Large Marge says, I've decided my texts were becoming erratic, so I've decided I'm going to just send more. See, that's the way it works.
Amen.
That is therapeutic for you and everybody else.
Freaking man.
I can't read that, Moist One. You know better than that. Spin the wheel, Randy. I think we could do another.
Some lotion on the front side.
Shut up. So, David Beckham Jr. What is it? Just David Beckham. What do you call the?
I believe it's just
soccer
David
player.
Beckham.
Just
Yeah.
David Beckham.
His wife is the Spice Girl.
Yeah, I think
She's very
Spice or something.
No, it's I think it's Gold Digger Spice.
That must be it. Yeah,
Posh
Gold
Spice.
Digger.
No, it's Posh Spice.
Oh, Posh.
That's it. Yeah. And so Posh Spice, evidently, they've had kids. So, so what happens when you have kids is their teeth fall out. Not all at once. Don't look so scared,
The
Phil.
kids?
Yeah, no, the
Okay.
kids.
Oh, the parents? Oh.
Yeah. So Victoria Beckham says she has an entire bucket of her kids' teeth. So every time they lose a
What?
tooth, they don't throw it out or give it to the tooth fairy. She's like, no, F the tooth fairy. I'm richer than the tooth
Yeah.
fairy. So she has an
Uh-huh.
actual bucket of her kids' teeth.
That's creepy.
Why? Why?
That is absolutely
Because she's weird as hell. And
Yeah.
so now they're saying
gonna-
that they should make necklaces out of her kids' teeth.
Oh no! I was just gonna say that as a joke.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I say throw them away immediately, you freaks.
Can
And that-
cavities
Wow.
get in there post
No.
maybe?
No,
No.
yeah, but she needs to. She needs a hobby or something. But I guess her future daughter-in-law was like, "You should dip those teeth in gold, and you can make necklaces out of them. It'd be wonderful."
Oh,
No. No, thank you.
No, you throw them away. That's what you do. Poor David Beckham. I've never felt so sorry for him in my entire life. Listen, guys, that's the end of the show for today. We will be back in your ear holes again tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Ooh, a fondue set. Ugh, now I need to find a